going on? What's the word? Shout out to everybody in the chat. My bad. My fucking StreamYard's tripping, so I have to fucking reset my phone real quick. Shout out to everybody. We cooking. Yeah, we cooking on a Sunday. We cooking on a Sunday, man. Because every day you go on the timeline and you see nothing but Haney hate. Nothing but, oh, this guy Haney, he ain't nothing. He gonna lose. He don't got no chin, man. I go to every channel and it's the same shit. It's the same shit. Niggas talking about how Haney ain't this, Haney gonna lose, all this shit. But we gonna cook. We definitely gonna cook. I've been watching a lot of film. That's what I do. I watch a lot of film. I'm not one of these boxing fans that just sit here and be like, oh yeah, well, I think this guy's gonna win based off of just me thinking that. Nah. Cause this is a real fight we got here. This ain't no bullshit fight. I'm not sleeping on Brian Norman like people think I'm sleeping on him. I just have that much faith in Devin Haney. I feel like the young guy, he's too skilled to lose to a freshman like Brian Norman. A lot of people looking at Devin Haney as some type of bitch, some soft ass nigga, and I'm like, dude, you don't gotta be no gangster to get your fucking to get a W. And we already seen tough guys take L's, nigga. It don't matter who you are, bro. It's all about the motherfucking skills. It's so crazy how boxing fans they understood skills pay the bills all the way up until it comes to Haney. Then all of a sudden it's all about power. Power this, power that. These niggas are drunk on power and we gonna show you. We gonna show you. Anyway, shout out to everybody in the chat though. Shout out to my dude Southwest Dice. So yeah, I was watching some film on Brian Norman. Again, I was just watching Jin Kasaki fight, and I just cannot believe that people are picking Brian Norman based off of that fight, dog. I'm really sitting back looking like there's no way this nigga sat there right in front of Norman, ready to get punched. That was it. Even the punch, even the last shot Jin Kasaki threw before he got knocked out was just like horrendous fucking work, dog. Horrendous work. This nigga threw like some crazy ass low ass hook with his hands all the way down, cheek just wide open. And Brian Norman, all he had to do was just cock that motherfucker back and just let it off. It's that. It was so easy. I ain't gonna lie. You put Devin in there with Jin Kasaki, we probably get that knockout you niggas been wanting. Straight up. But anyways, speaking before we get into some Brian Norman talk, I was watching that Fabio Wardley versus Joseph Parker. I was just watching that before I came on here. Man, that was a fight. That was a fight right there. Man, I like some heavyweight fights, man. People be like heavyweight division's trash. It didn't look trash to me. That was a good heavyweight scrap. That wasn't no bottom of the barrel, top ranked worker, factory workers fighting. Nah, it was truly two highly skilled uh, heavyweights, or skilled as in the heavyweights, not like these guys are super fluid or anything like that. But anyways, Joseph Parker, I thought Joseph Parker was gonna win that fight. He was putting a pause on that nigga, triple up with his jab, following up with a right hand. He was catching Worley. It's just Worley got a crazy ass chin, boy. That nigga got hit with some shots. I said, man, I ain't gonna lie. If that nigga Joseph Parker hit me with that shit, I'd have been knocked the fuck out. I'd have been asleep. Like, always sleep. But Worley, he stayed in there, man, and then he put the pause on Joseph Parker. Hey, look, and a lot of people were talking about, oh yeah, that was a premature stoppage. I understand the argument. I understand both arguments. I understand why the ref stopped it, and I understand why people feel like it could have continued. I'm gonna tell you right now, if it continued, Joseph Parker probably would have been in somebody's hospital right now. Probably he still ended up going to the hospital after that, but he probably would have had a longer visit at the hospital because man, Worley rearranged that nigga's face. Man, he hit him with some crazy shot, and it was just unanswered. Nigga threw like 30 punches unanswered. You can't do that in boxing. Now, if Joseph Parker was Tyson Fury, on the other hand, they'll let that nigga Worley kill his ass. They'll let that nigga get up all the way up. Shout out to my dude Drico. He said Brooklyn tuning in. Is Brooklyn in Georgia? Because last time I checked, Drico, you a motherfucking B Norm fan. You on the timeline talking all this B Norm shit. Oh, Barry Norm ain't gonna do this. He gonna do that. Nigga, I ain't trying to hear that shit. I ain't trying to hear that shit. But we go cook on that. We go cook that. Let me finish this Joseph Parker Worley talk real quick, and then we go cook on that. I'm gonna tell you right now, Worley, good fighter, but Usyk would beat the shit out of that man. Usyk will beat the shit out of him. Usyk's the type of fighter when he got you hurt, he's gonna capitalize off that shit. He's not gonna wait for you to gas. Wait for you to recover and have some more steam. Nah, he's gonna put that pressure on you, that mental pressure. He's too sharp, too coordinated, too posed. Usyk might be the best heavyweight of our generation. I mean, he is until further notice. And I swear, I never used to feel that way. You can go back to my channel early. I was not feeling that way. I thought Usyk was not going to be the man at heavyweight. I thought he was going to get his ass crushed by either Wilder, Fury, or Joshua. And so far, he beat Fury ass, and he beat Danny the Boy ass, and he beat Joshua. He proved me wrong. That nigga, that's speed, man. Speed and accuracy. That plays a good point. Man, I don't care what nobody says. I've been watching boxing for a little minute, man. And I'm coming to the conclusion that it's not about this and being all jacked and shit like that. It's not even about that no more, for real. Like, yeah, it's good to have that. That shit can help you. But it's about having this up here. That brain, man, boxing brain. You having a good IQ, make a big nigga with muscles fall down real quick. That's why I'm not tripping off this Brian Norman looking all swole in the gym. Niggas talking about, ooh, do you see that, art man? Do you see that, art man? Haney's in trouble. Haney's in trouble, art man. He's in trouble. Do you see the muscles on Brian Norman's back? Nigga, I don't give a fuck about no muscles, nigga. What can that do, man, when that jab is in his fucking face? What is he gonna do when it's that 8th round and Pops is screaming in his ear? You need a knockout, son. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, but you need that knockout. What's gonna happen then? All this shadow boxing, niggas just showing me that shit, bro. Look, I'm sorry, Norman fans. You're not gonna convince. You can't convince me that. You can't convince me that Norman's beating Haney. Because I done watched the footage. I don't believe in just power no more. I used to be power drunk just like y'all. I don't believe in that no more. Dev got the skills to beat this guy. And it's gonna show. Not even just the skills. He's gonna have the body to do so. The man is at 147. He's not training himself to make weight no more. And I heard this thing where people say he's adding muscle or whatever. And he's going to slow it down. It's not adding muscle. The nigga don't have to cut as much. Now he's about to be comfortable. Now he's about to be comfortable. Now he's going to have more energy. Now he's about to take a punch even more. He'll probably take a better punch now. And I know people go say, oh, ha, ha, art man, you're talking about if Haney can take a punch. Hey, look, nigga, you niggas can joke all you want. We talk about money here. I'm putting my money on Devin Haney, and I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at weight. I'm looking at the training. I'm looking at the film. I'm looking at current film, past film, and I watch it. Niggas talk about some Haney's muscle gonna slow him down. This nigga ain't got no fucking he had no fucking muscle. The man, it's not even he's bro, he doesn't have to cut weight like that. So he's coming down pretty smooth, bro. And I won't be surprised if that nigga punches got that snap. You know that same snap that had Moran's neck fucking rolling back like the. Go watch that Devin Haney Moran fight and then watch the Lomachenko fight. Like not even just the fight itself. Look at Devin Haney's like whole overall physique. In that Moran fight, he looked comfortably 135. Like this was natural to him. When he fought Lomachenko, it was more like, nigga, you're pushing it. You're pushing it in weight. And in that Moran fight, you could see that power was there. He hit that nigga, made that nigga head spin. But those fights were years apart, so it's like, I'm trying to tell niggas, look, now Dev's gonna be comfortable. I won't be surprised if that pop is there. Speaking of pop, niggas got bad at me. Art bad. How can you say Haney have some type of pop? How can you say that all the trolls online who's never been in a ring with him said he doesn't have any pop? Yeah, Art man, you don't know what you're talking about. Meanwhile, Ladara's ass.
Good job. No, you have power. You have power. You have power. I like your jab, but you need to use more like jab, and two. No, you have power. You have power. You have power. I like your jab, but you need to use more like jab, and two. No, you have power. You have power.
Nigga, look at that nigga eyes is fucking swole. And you niggas is talking about, and this man is saying, hey man, you got power. And you niggas on the net talking about he don't got no pop, he can't punch, he pillow fisted, he can't punch his way out of a fucking paper bag or whatever. You know, at this point in my life, it's just me being where I'm at in my boxing knowledge. I'm gonna choose to listen to the fighter over listen to the fans. Because sometimes these fans don't be knowing what the fuck they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, these fans will tell you Devin Haney winning all 12 rounds against Ramirez was bad. That's a bad thing. After a year layoff and fighting a nigga that was on performance-enhancing drugs, after getting dropped several times in that fight and taking a year off and getting ridiculed all over the net, having baby mama drama, all that shit, go through all that, and you still get a 12-0 against a former unified champion, not a former hibachi chef worker, not a former motherfucking sushi packer, factory worker, or a motherfucking former Lyft driver, or a former motherfucking Uber driver. No, a former unified champion. This is what the fuck he did, 12-0. And these niggas will tell, oh, the fight was horrendous. It was horrendous. He didn't do anything in that fight. Yeah, the nigga, he could have threw more punches. He definitely could. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, damn, nigga, this nigga's garbage. No. He just showed that nigga he's levels above. And if this nigga wanted to let his hands go, he could beat the shit out of this nigga. But even with that fight, he showed us that he got speed, that he got footwork, got great defense. He's not falling for the same left hook, you know. You know how Nick and this is what I don't like about boxing fans, because you niggas say this nigga, he can't block a left hook. He can't dodge a left hook. A left hook is his kryptonite. Nigga, he went in that fight with Ramirez and dodged several left hooks, caught several left hooks. I don't even think he got hit with a left hook in that fucking fight. But niggas ain't talking about that. They're not talking about how in one fight they said the reason why he lost was damn the performance enhancing drugs. His defense was shitty. So the very next fight after, defense was on point. You niggas still got a problem. Like, I'm starting to believe that it's not really about Haney for real. It's like You want to see this nigga humbled. Y'all want to see this nigga finished. That's why I made this post because it's like, or I made the thumbnail, or the caption, whatever. Uh, why do people want to see Haney lose? Just go on social media, man, and you'll see it for yourself. Niggas don't like Haney for just the most craziest reasons. Some niggas don't like Haney because of the Lomachenko fight. Niggas is holding on. Niggas is holding that grudge for years, nigga. They don't even give a fuck. They just want to see Haney lose just because of that Lomachenko fight. Some niggas want to see Haney lose because of Javante Davis. Javante Davis fighting Jake Paul. They watching that Jake Paul shit and they're just like, this shit's fucking stupid, but I have to support it. Hopefully fucking Haney loses so we have something else to talk about rather than my guy looking like a fucking a duck. That's what it really is, man. Said Brian Norman doesn't only have power, he got punch placement, IQ, explosive on his feet, great jab. I don't know what Artman is saying, bro. Hey, you can say all that, nigga. Like I said, consider my opinion a second opinion from complete stranger online, nigga. I ain't no boxing expert. Ain't no boxing expert. So if you feel that way, you feel like I'm wrong, nigga, believe that. Put your money on that, nigga. Put your money on that. I tell you right now, I'm not putting my money on that. I'm not putting my money on a nigga who ain't never been fucking 12 rounds against a fucking champion or somebody who was a champion. I'm not betting my money on a nigga coach who he telling his son, you figure it out. I want to knock out, but you figure it out. Like, what? I'm not putting my money on that. And yes, nigga, you can talk about it's not just power, bro. Show me what it is. Show me what it is because when I go back and watch the film, which I did, I'm seeing that the footwork ain't there. I'm seeing that the defense is there. I'm seeing that his head is always on the fucking line after every punch. You can't tell me I'm lying. It's not like I'm making this shit up. I'm not making this shit up. I'm not making this up. And you know that. You know that I'm not making this shit up. And when I talk about Brian Norman, I ain't saying he trash. I ain't saying nigga trash. He ain't never gonna be shit. I ain't saying nothing like that. I'm saying that in comparison to the man that he's about to fight. That's why I be trying to tell you niggas, stop putting your emotions on this shit and just look at it. Look at it. I know you hate Dev. I know you don't fuck with Dev. You don't like his haircut. You don't like his personality and some more shit. But nigga, evaluate the skill set. Evaluate the skill set. Understand that your man is going from fighting a hibachi chef to fighting a motherfucking top class master boxer, skilled boxer. This nigga fought Cuevas. Cuevas hit this nigga. Niggas talking about Devin Haney's. They talking about can Devin Haney take a left hook? Nigga, Brian Chin is suspect to me. His chin is kind of suspect to me. Or at least his temple. Ooh, y'all go see. Y'all go see. Y'all go see. See, Brian Norman, niggas activated that sweet spot on Brian Norman already. We didn't see Brian in a fight just before this get hurt. He got hurt right before the Jinkasaki fight, in that Cuevas fight. But it was a brief moment. People really don't, y'all don't really see it. Go back and watch that fight. He hit Brian Norman with like a quick left hook. Brian Norman went, legs got the water, like his upper body was, he was ready to go. But the lower body was on some do the stanky leg. You know what I mean? So it's like niggas talking like, damn, the only nigga that can get hurt in this fight. A lot of niggas gonna be upset. Bro, imagine going to this fight thinking only one fighter can get hurt, and the fighter that you think can't get hurt is the one that's getting hurt. Don't be surprised, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to break it to y'all right now. Your man Brian Norman, he don't got the best defense. When he fought Boychenko, that bro, Damn, just a knockdown. Just look at where his feet was at, bro. Wide ass stance, man. I'm trying to tell you niggas. I don't believe he fixed that shit in one camp. He must have had, I don't know, he must have had fucking whoever come and help these niggas out because there's no way this nigga fixed all that shit. All the flaws I seen, there's no way he fixed that shit in one camp. The lunging, you fixed that in one camp? The gassing after certain exchanges, you fixed that in one camp? Hold on. Let me respond to this nigga in the chat. My brother Khalil Q. He said, masterclass boxer but got whooped in the 12-round bout and blamed it on drugs. I mean, he didn't blame it on the drugs. The commission blamed it on the drugs, right? They don't want, bro. It's not, bro. At the end of the day, it's not Devin Haney who reversed the decision. It's the commission. The commission said, well, based off these VADA tests and the rules of boxing, this guy was dirty as shit, and we're just gonna have to make this shit a no contest. This nigga talking about blamed it on the Peds. Like the commission just don't they team DHP. Nigga, no. And that's what I'm saying. Boxing fans, they really, they really, 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 they really wanted Devin to keep that L on his record for real. They want him to hold that as like an embarrassment. Like, yeah, to remind you of, yeah, nigga, you ain't that. They want Dev to be like a boxer that just listens to the fans and just be a depressed ass nigga. But that's not gonna happen. The man keeps on showing you that he's here to stay. It's not just about the money. It's about legacy and the money. Reason why he's fighting guys like Brian Norman Jr. But Brian Norman Jr., even though he's an athletic black American fighter, he ain't ready yet. Kid just ain't ready yet. That's all. And I've been trying to tell boxing fans if top,
Yeah,
top rank had a home, Brian Norman would not be fighting Devin. He'll not be fighting Dev. He'll be fighting like Francis Bartholomew or some shit right now. I ain't
yeah,
lying. Y'all
you
know I ain't
got
lying.
jokes, man. You got jokes. Nah, you funny.
Nah, but
Nah, what what?
what's popping? Speak the truth.
Nah, what's the word, gang? Let me holler at you. Always from New
Yeah, I haven't
York.
seen you on the channel. You must be one of them new Norman fans, huh?
Nah, we showing love it. But listen, at the end of the day, whether it's Norman fans, Tank fans, you still getting views. So it don't matter. You still getting another person to join in for me.
I know, ain't
Finish
nothing
the
wrong. Ain't
team.
nothing wrong with that. You could be a fan of Norman.
Nah, but
You
I
know,
ain't gonna
but
come on some. I ain't gonna come on some necking shit now. I'm gonna
nah.
speak.
We talking
For me,
boxing. We talking
my
boxing.
opinion.
What's on your mind?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I feel like you're not doing your research right, gang. I feel like you're not. I feel like you saying what you saying. Like I get what you're saying, but you ain't doing your research all the way yet. Cause you saying I'm looking at Norman,
Hmm.
but you looking at one fight. You looking at it like you're not looking to fight at the fights that he didn't have to, let's say, overcome little adversities where it's getting up from a knockdown. Why did he get dropped? Was it necessary for him to get dropped? Because all of the other things he went through in the past right there is benefiting him now because he's not going through none of that. For me, not no more. It's like those are growing
That's
pains.
you see with that. I ask, what is proven? What fight can I watch and say, you know what, he improved when he fights boxers.
I'm gonna ask you real quick.
He improved. What fight? Because it goes from Randall, Borchenka, Centillion, Quavo, and
But you gotta understand, bro. He got
motherfucking
signed.
Jikasaki. Like it goes
He
from
got.
boxers to flat-footed guys, and
Do
I'm
you know
like,
when he
okay,
got
what?
signed? You know when he got signed to Top Rank, or why he even got signed to Top Rank? You know.
I really don't know. I I'm gonna be honest with you. I could care less, but because we're here right now, and he's
Yeah.
signing an extension, or he signed a, automatic extension to Top Rank. So going forward,
You
I
see,
don't
gang,
know.
you a boxing channel, but you gotta know the business side of it too, gang.
I do. I do. I definitely do, and I'm learning. You know, I'm open to learning some stuff. I'm
I
not
ain't a
saying I
full
know it
on
all.
expert, but I know certain
I'm not
things
an
that it's
expert.
like if you win a championship, you gotta resign. You gotta resign.
Not everybody.
All right,
Not
but not
everybody.
everybody. But again,
Some niggas don't know how to negotiate. Some people don't have no money coming into the game. So
remember he was
these
already.
labels, I mean these companies, they can tell you pretty much anything.
Nah, that's a fact. But remember, he was already signed before he was. Let's say he got signed. He got signed at first of the Crawford sparring. You remember that the Crawford sparring went crazy. Da da da. People were saying that he knocked out Crawford. Da da da. And then Top Rank came and picked him up because they had eight people there that were seeing, and then they signed him after that. That was when he was like 20. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's just like you know why I don't like him. Because niggas support and Abdullah Mason. What has Abdullah done yet? He's passing the eye test, right? You can say from the eye test, you're like, this nigga's the goods. But then again, the opponents that they put in there with him aren't opponents that are natural 135. They below their weight class. He fighting 126 pounders, 130 pounders. Like that's really nobody. But they
That's
building
top
him up
rank
though.
though. That and
Yeah,
I'm
but they
saying
building
your
him up
man's
though.
B Norman on the same diet.
But that's where you get me, gang, too, because this is what you're not saying. Brian Norman and Devin Haney was built the same way. They went to Mexico, get their fight. Yeah, no, don't do that. They went to Mexico, got their fights with them bums out there. So you feel me?
Yeah,
You gotta bring them up though.
some
Like,
niggas was having a hard time against the Mexicans though. So another nigga wasn't.
all right, but it's like again, remember, not Mexicans where it's like it's just to you feel me, so you could sharpen your skills, says you feel me, build you up as a fighter. Every fighter gotta go through that. Terrence Crawford went through that. Until people keep saying he not fighting
And based
nobody.
on
Hold on.
and based
Hold
off
on, give
that,
me a second though. Let me say
niggas know where to niggas know. Look, based off of that, right? They know where to place him. Right? They seen Devin Haney. They see this nigga's completely outclassing these Mexicans. So we gonna fast track him. Norman is
all
more
right.
of like,
Nah, they
this
ain't
nigga
fact
still
that.
he's still
Don't do
struggling with these
that.
niggas.
Don't do
So it's
that.
like,
Man, come on. I've been following Devin
even
Haney for a minute.
look, even and I'm trying to tell you niggas, top rank even they knew what's up with Brian Norman because they didn't even believe this nigga could beat Santillion, nigga.
They
Like
do. Okay, so
what?
look. So look at that. So how
Why
much?
is that? Why? Before I know he went in there upset it, and I salute that. I salute that 100%. But why did Top Rank think that he was gonna lose to Santillian?
Because he
Probably
got dropped by Boca Chica.
because they see some
They
shit in
they
him.
see he got dropped by Boca Chica. He got the what was the other fight? Damn, the Quentin Randall fight, they were saying that his pops, whatever the kids, that he was telling him, whatever he was telling him, like not giving him good instructions, which I gotta understand, just like Bozy was telling Boots, get him out of there. It's when you and your fighter already have that bond, that's their son, they gonna know what they mean because it's things you work over and over and
Man, all
over
that
and over
natural
again.
bond shit is cool until you're fighting an elite fighter. Now it's like, no, we have to have strategy.
But what makes
What
a
do I
fighter
need to
elite?
do to beat this guy?
I'm
How
gonna
am
ask
I
you
gonna
something. When
block
did
this
Devin
jab?
Haney? What fight made Devin Haney elite? What fight?
The fight that made Devin Haney was
Uh huh.
elite to me, in my opinion. Several, but if you want
Which
to be,
one though? No, no. But which
if
fight
you want
made?
to be, if you want to be specific,
You're gonna say the Loma fight, right?
I would say the Lomachenko fight, and
Okay,
then
so before that,
hold on, I know I'm gonna get I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack from this. I don't care. I'm gonna say even in the Cambosos fight, Cambosos won, and the reason why I say this is because we seen this guy Cambosos just go in there and wreck Teofimo Lopez, and then this guy Devin Haney goes in there and beat him with one punch, which is the very important punch in the game, which is the jab. Beat a man for
yeah,
12 rounds with just one punch. That's elite. But my guy Brim, on the other hand, he's probably going to say, no, that's not cool. That's not
nah,
good.
nah. But look,
No,
this
Devin
is
Haney
why,
got the job done. Devin Haney got the
This is
job done versus Cambosis. What are
let
you
me
talking about? That was expected.
nah, but
He
let
got
me
the
say
job
this though,
done.
because
That showed elite. No, I'm saying it wasn't expected for him to do it with one hand. That wasn't expected. One hand?
all right,
You know,
look. But let me say this though. You said the Cambosis
He said
and
one
Loma
punch
fight.
and grabbed him. Do you see this shit?
You
You
said
see
the
this shit?
Cambosis and Loma fight, right? So before that, he wasn't elite to you, right? But that's what I'm trying to tell you. Before you gotta face somebody like that.
No,
So
but you wanted to be specific. If you want me to speak on it, I really believe like the guy was the goods from the jump, but he had to prove it against certain guys,
okay,
which is
no,
why I'm saying
yeah.
I'm not looking at B Norm the Storm as somebody
Yo,
special.
bro.
because
Everything you saying
fighting them
makes sense.
them sushi packers ain't cutting it.
Come on. You gotta
You
stop
know,
that, bro. You gotta stop that. You
yeah,
gotta.
Nah,
you know
I
why
It
can't
you
had
get
him
so
ranked
emotional
I
top
about
can't
what
fifth,
you're
bro.
saying,
I
It
though?
can't.
had him
Because
ranked,
you
bro. You
called
can
him
only
killing the
fight if
bomb,
you
and he
got
was the
rank.
number one
Okay,
ranked
look what
guy.
you're
He
doing.
was the number
Let's say
one ranked guy.
hold on, gang. Let's say Devin Haney would have fought the
I just got on. I
crocodile.
haven't even said nothing yet.
Let's say Devin Haney would have fought the crocodile for the IBF. Niggas would have ran down his heels talking about, oh, you're not fighting nobody. Da da da. You doing exactly what's being done to them to another fight again. That's why you gotta make sure you know what you're saying. Because you said Devin Haney.
Bro,
So to you, you
Devin
telling me
Haney
right
was
now. Wait.
trained by hold on. Devin Haney was trained by Floyd Mayweather
It
Sr.,
doesn't
bro.
matter what
And
he
this
was
nigga,
trained by.
no. Hold on. Let me cook. Devin was trained by Floyd Mayweather Sr. here, bro. This guy, Brian Norman, was trained by Brian Norman Sr. Like, let's be real. The schooling is different. The knowledge
Look,
is different. The IQ
okay,
is different. The
that's a
style is
fact.
different. Y'all know it. This man, Brian Norman, depends on his God
You know
given
why it was different?
athleticism, his God given blackness, nigga. That's
He
Nah,
what he
does
depends
not.
on. Not
look,
skill, not
For somebody
IQ.
who's
Just
never
him
actually
just
seen him
being
let me.
work,
strong.
you
Just
say
him
a
just
lot.
being strong. Just him being strong. That's what
For,
it is.
Nah,
no, for
that's what
someone
you
who
see,
actually don't
gang.
watch
Listen,
him on,
That's
hold
what it
on.
who
is.
just now
Let
That's
me
what
got
say
it
on.
this
is.
real
Hold on,
quick. Let me say this real
let
quick
me
to go to
speak for a second.
Arnie's
I've been
point.
sitting on the sideline. Let me speak to this brother for a
Hold
second.
on.
For somebody who actually has watched this man work, and you don't actually have really seen him work outside of you now going back and watching all these fights, you got to understand the dynamics of his growth and the direction it's been going. Because I've been watching Brian Norman since he was signed to Salidas promotion. So when you look at those fights in the back, when he was fighting with bad
Just
hands,
because you had some of his mama
before he had,
green
hold
beans
on, can
and
I
fucking
finish?
mashed potatoes,
You
that
always
don't
talk about
mean
one
he's
at
the
a time,
shit,
and then you
bro.
interrupt
It
me when I'm
doesn't
in the
mean
middle of the
it
talking.
doesn't mean it. It doesn't mean it.
Bro,
But
he
go ahead.
fought with broken hands, and then he got surgery. And his first fight, he smothered his work, right? And that's when his dad said, you figured out, because he told him the same thing multiple times, and he wasn't quite getting it in that fight. So that's why he told him that. See, you don't have no
So his
context.
hands is why he was
Can I
punching.
finish? Can I
His
finish?
hands is why he was blocking punches with his face. That's why.
I'm sorry,
Is that what you're telling me?
excuse me? Everybody gets punched. Everybody gets punched. What are you talking about? Devin Haney blocked punches with his face when Loma was catching them. So what are you talking about? We
No,
listen. It's the fight game. You're going to
he
get hit.
whooped an
You got to
elite
be.
fighter's ass. That's what he did. That's what he
He
did.
didn't whoop
And
nobody
you
ass.
know,
He
you
won a
know,
fight.
you know
He
what?
won a
You know what?
unanimous decision that was partly controversial, but he
A
did a really
unanimous
good job
decision
and did
wasn't
some good work in the
controversial.
fight and
It
got the
wasn't
victory.
controversial. It
Bottom line,
wasn't
you don't
controversial.
overstate the victory.
It
Great
wasn't
job by
controversial.
Devin Haney.
Hold
I
on,
bet
hold on, hold on, hold on.
I could.
Let me cook. I just let you speak. Nah, you
Yo,
can't
I'm
just
out of here, bro. Because you
you
think
can't
is you
just
cut me off and then you talk about stop.
if you
No,
run
you
away,
mute my mic. I'm out of here,
you
bro.
just gonna
I'm
be
out of
like
here.
your
If you
man
mute my
Norman.
mic when
You
I'm
gonna
talking
get
and you
KO'd.
interrupt me,
You gonna
you don't
quit
make it
just
even.
like your
If
man
I'm
Brian.
going to start explaining myself and you interrupt me, that means you're doing the same thing and then you're muting me for it. Nah, I'm out of here, dog. You ain't doing it right. You ain't doing it right, dog. You
I tell
cannot.
you to
I
speak
come
your
on.
piece,
I
but
go to
we gonna
speak
do
my
it one
piece
at a
and you
time.
mute me while I'm speaking my. Interrupt me while I'm speaking my
One
piece
at a
and then
time.
you mute
You
me.
just rambling,
You can't say one at a time when you're interrupting me when I'm speaking to
bro.
you.
This is
Bro,
not the
how
Brim show.
yo, I'll
This
see you after the
this
fight, dog. All that
this
live
is not the
action
Brim
talk you've
show.
been talking about,
This is not the
you ain't
Brim
got
show.
nothing for it. You just sitting there. Devin Haney does nothing wrong when you speak. When Devin Haney has no flaws when you
Nobody's
speak. You
saying
gonna
that.
see what
Nobody's
flaws.
saying
But
that.
guess what?
Nobody's saying that. But you
If
know
they
your
land
man
the
got
jab at
flaws
the
though.
same
You
time,
know your man
Devin
got
Haney's jab
flaws.
won't do more damage than Brian Norman's. Just get ready for the fight, dog. Devin Haney a good fighter, but it ain't a guarantee, and it's more than one way Brian Norman can win the
Just
fight.
because this nigga your cousin, that
He
don't
ain't
mean
my
he gonna
cousin.
win.
He's not
Just
my
because he your
cousin.
cousin don't
He's
mean he
not
gonna
my
win, nigga.
cousin. But you know
Fuck you
what you
talking
are, though?
about?
You're a cheerleader with pom-poms, though. You're
Nah,
a
nigga.
cheerleader with pom-poms.
It's
Because you
because
have no objectivity
you
for the guy
had
that
you
you
had
root
some of
for.
them southern
What is,
cooking, so
again, I'm going to bring it back to you
now you
again.
think
What are
that you
three
part of the
Devin Haney
team, nigga. You
flaws?
ain't part of the
What
team.
are
You just a
three Devin
fan,
Haney
nigga.
flaws?
You just a
Three
Norman
Devin
fan,
Haney flaws.
nigga.
Go for it. I can tell you three Brian Norman flaws because I'm an objective boxer fan. Tell me three Devin Haney flaws. Let's see
Nigga,
if you
no,
get.
let's speak on Brian Norman's flaws, nigga. I get
I can
everything
name.
about
I've
Norman.
already named them multiple times on multiple
Okay,
podcasts.
then
And
let
it's
me speak
spoken
on
what
it and
Brian
tell me
Norman's
if I
flaws is, but
let
you've
me speak
never
on it.
spoken on Devin Haney's flaws.
Hold on.
You
See,
just
this is
said
why I
Devin
mute
Haney
you.
is Devin.
This is why I'm trying to mute you. Let me speak and then I'm let you respond. Let me speak and
No,
then you
give me
can
the three
respond.
flaws that Devin Haney
Nah,
has.
this is not the
Give me
Brim
three flaws
show.
Devin Haney
This is not the
has. Go
Brim
for it.
show. Let's
I
cook
don't
on
care
B
what show it
Norman's
is. Give
flaws.
me three flaws that Devin Haney has because he's
Let's cook
flawless.
on
Let
B
you speak.
bro.
He's
Fuck
flawless
that.
when you speak. Think of three things that Devin Haney has
Nigga,
any type of
bro.
flaws in.
Let's talk
Go
about
for
B
it.
Norman's
Give it a shot.
flaws. Let's talk about B Norman's flaws. Why you want to cook on Dev? Let's speak
Because
on B
all
Norman
you do is talk about B Norman's flaws. You don't
because
say
you
nothing about what
nah. Let's cook on B Norm. Why
objective
not?
viewer can tell giving you both sides. You have not
Yeah.
said any way that Devin Haney can lose this fight other than the knockout. It's more than that. It's
Buddy
more
was
than that in this
agitated.
fight. He's
That's
fighting
his
a
cousin.
welterweight. He's never fought a welterweight
Bro,
before.
I get
I'm
it.
telling
I
you.
get it.
You think it's a game. You
I
think
get
it's
it. If it
sweet.
was my cousin,
You
I'd
think
be
it's
upset
sweet.
too.
No, you just think it's sweet. But the thing is, you can't do nothing but over whoop for Devin Haney. And if somebody
So
come to you
we
and say,
gonna
hey,
talk boxing or
name
what?
three
Are
things
we
that
gonna
Devin
talk
Haney
boxing or
might
what?
have a deficiency in, you can't do it. But I can sit here and tell
Are
you
we gonna talk
Brian Norman's
boxing or what?
deficiencies.
Are
And
we
I've
gonna talk
sat down
boxing or
and
what?
discussed both.
See, he just come to the channel, just ranting. Like, let me cook. Let me cook. And you can respond, bro. You're not the motherfucking bro. This is not your channel.
I don't care whose channel it is.
See,
If you
bro.
if you ain't got no knowledge and you just
Either let
talking
me
one way,
cook
I'm gonna
or I'm
come
just gonna
check
have to
you for
boot
it.
you,
Deal with
bro.
it or don't deal with it. What you
That's
want
what
to
I'm
do?
talking about. That's what I'm talking about. B. Norman
What you
and
want to
his
do? You
fam,
gonna
his
deal with
team.
it or not
They just
deal
want
with
some.
it?
They
You ain't
just
gonna
want some
come off
country
muting
bumpkin
me
shit.
and
They
interrupting me
want.
when I first
They
started.
can't.
Then I'm gonna start
Look, look,
getting
look, look, look. They
wild.
want some.
This is what you
They want.
getting because you invited this because you was on some bullshit from the beginning. Straight up. Now tell me three Devin Haney flaws, and I'm gonna tell you three Brian Norman flaws. Go.
Cook this nigga, man.
I want me to cook him? I got him. So what you want me to do, big dog? You said ask me for what to do?
All right. So when it comes to this fight, I'm gonna present to you three things that Brian Norman may do that could be a deficiency to give an opportunity for Devin Haney to win. I want
Okay.
you to have three deficiencies that Devin Haney has that can give Brian Norman the opportunity to win.
Okay, well
Just
let me
do
go
it.
first. Let me go
No
first.
doubt.
The one thing is to overlook Brian Norman. That's the first. That's the major thing to overlook Brian Norman.
I'm
And the
talking about
thing,
actually in the fight, not just overlook like technical
yeah.
things in the fight.
Okay. Well. Verbally, it's like this. Well, the thing is like this. When you overlook a person, you overlook their skills and their power and their mindset to come into the and come into the fight. So before you get in the ring, you have to take that person serious. So that's for in the ring and out the ring. But if you want me to come with a different one, I will. Okay. So the first thing we're not going to underestimate is Brian Norman's. Oh, wait, hold on. We're not going to underestimate Brian Norman's power, right? We're not going to do that by no sense of imagination. The thing is, we're not we're gonna take his quickness. His quickness is one thing that we have to worry about. His sharpness when he gets into a groove, and his punch placement, because the way he places his punches, he has power with, right? So those are things that we can lapse on when it comes down to this Brian Norman fight. You want me to go more? More? Want me to help a
Well,
little bit
actually,
more?
it sounds like you're giving me positives that Brian Norman bring. I'll say
No, no, no,
that's cool. That's
no.
cool, but
But
I
this is
want
just
to know three
overlooking
things.
this. Yeah, this is
Oh,
overlooking Brian Norman. So in that one example that I gave you about overlooking him, and before the fight, I just gave you all that bundled in what I was saying to make you like if you take that as a if you take that as a go or not. Like, can I
well, the
use
thing
that
is,
as
what you
one or
just
no?
explained to me was kind of two things. One, when you say
Okay.
overlook, that's one thing for Devin Haney. So, okay, a deficiency could be he could be overlooking Brian Norman. But then the other two
Right.
points that you made, you were talking about things that Brian Norman can do that would be effective for
Yes.
him in the fight. So, what I was asking for was three Devin Haney
Yes.
deficiencies within the
But
ring.
when I
But you
use
gave me
those two,
one deficiency potentially, and then two positive with Brian Norman, which is
yeah.
the other side of the coin. I needed
What I
three Devin
what
Haney
I was saying.
deficiencies only.
Okay, let me explain to you. So what I was saying was that when because you told me I couldn't look, or I couldn't use that one, but I was telling you things that
I gave
I
it to
can
you though. I went
possibly
ahead and
look
gave it to
over.
you. I went
Okay,
ahead and gave
so
that one to
let
you.
me go to another thing. So deficiencies that Devin Haney can do, we can have a lap of judgment when we get in there, because sometimes Devin Haney gets a lackadaisical, or we can get too overconfident in there to say, okay, we got this dude beaten. Boom, this is what happens. Boom, knockout. Can I use that?
That I
Get
mean, overconfident in a fight. So you feel like he's shown a pattern where he might get overconfident in fight and then get himself caught. That's okay. That's one. I mean, that kind of goes under overlooking, but
okay,
continue.
okay. Another thing, lack of power. Lack of power. Can I use that
Okay.
one?
Absolutely, because you got your thing is you want one of the things is you want to feel like he has enough power to be able to get Brian Norman to respect it, and not fully engaged. Because if he doesn't have enough pop in his punches, there's nothing to stop Brian Norman. But if he has enough pop, he's gonna have to respect it. So your concern is him having enough power to make sure Brian Norman respects him and doesn't just attack him and try to go through him.
Being defensively irresponsible.
Okay. You gave me three. You gave me three legit. I mean, like straight legit. I'm gonna go ahead and
Well,
say it's my turn because that was legit. You gave me three
okay.
legit off bat.
Can I have one more thing?
Sure.
what I was doing was when I gave you the ones earlier when I was saying the good things about Brian Norman are things that Devin Haney can possibly overlook. That's why I use those.
Okay.
Thank you, baby. Thank you.
Got you. So I mean, you covered two things at the same time, and I'll do the same thing as well. Like you gave two positive for Brian Norman in the ring, three deficiencies with Devin Haney. So I got to do the same thing. Give Devin Haney the advantages he has, and then the
Mhm.
deficiencies that Brian Norman have. So whenever you're done, you let me know. Then I'll do the
I'm
same.
I'm done. I was just looking for my glasses, bro, because I can't
All
see.
right, for
I'm
sure.
sorry.
All right, so I'm gonna go into the Brian Norman deficiencies, and I've actually stated these on this channel as well as many others. One of the things is Brian Norman has definitely had a tendency sometimes to keep his head center line. He does have movement, but sometimes his head stays center line, so that will give you opportunities to land straight. So that's one. Two, um, sometimes he over engages and he lunges, and when you lunge, that gives you opportunity to get countered. You be off balance, and when you're doing that, that means you're not gauging your distance as comfortably as you want. So being able to trust that distance and being able to engage at the right point is something that Devin Haney could be to take advantage of if Brian Norman doesn't have that sharp. That's two. Three, going into a fight having to be the aggressor and the one that has to try to dictate the terms, because recently in his fights he's been the one to be able to be a counterpuncher and mix in being aggressive, but he could be able to sit and wait and be able to pick shots. He's not going to be able to sit and wait and pick shots that easily. He's going to have go offensive to some degree, and he has not necessarily had to do that in this fight. So will he have difficulty doing so if Devin Haney's able to have him moving a lot to just earn the shots? That's what happened to Canelo with Bud. He had to move a lot to earn his shots. So if he makes it difficult for Brian Norman, that could be a definite hindrance for him being able to get into his punches. All right, so that's three deficiencies for Brian Norman going into the fight. Now, the positives for Devin Haney is this. Um, Devin Haney at times has really good timing, right? And that's a battle that's going to be like telltale of this fight. And if Devin Haney, huh? I didn't hear you say something. All right, okay, I'm gonna
No,
continue.
I'm turning on my computer so I can get it off the phone.
Oh, I just heard some background noise. My bad. If Devin Haney is able to gauge his distance better than Brian Norman, because he doesn't have the length advantage, but if he has a better understanding of the distance, engaging it better, and his timing is sharper than Brian Norman's, that means he can be in a position to land a jab and get out of dodge. So that is something that Devin Haney has been able to do in a fight. He has to do it for 12 rounds, but still, just being able to do it at points in the fight and then being able to dictate the terms of engagement, which is another thing that Devin Haney does do a great job of. The only fight he didn't dictate the terms of engagement was the Ryan Garcia fight, in my opinion. And that's just because the history, and he fought a little more emotionally than usual and tried to be outside of what Devin Haney does best. Because when he fought Regis, he literally kept Regis on the end of the stick, and he basically would bait Regis in to have to do something, because that's how Regis fights. And then from there, he's able to counter and wear him out and utilize his distance and his timing. And he was just really picking Regis apart. Um, also, another experience factor, I think, for Devin Haney is Devin Haney has shown different ways to win, right? I think that is a tool in the tool belt that is a benefit, but in this fight, it's a must. Like, it's a positive for Devin, but it's an absolute must to put them all together at the same time, because I don't think just one thing is going to win it for Devin. And I think him going into his tool belt and actually using all his tools will set him in a position where he can get the victory, because he'll be able to dictate the terms if he's able to do so. And that's why I've been so adamant in regards to the one thing I'm going to say, because I think I gave all the positive for Devin and the negatives for Brian, is that against Ramirez, I do honestly feel like he hurt himself to some degree, only using one tool in the tool belt after dealing with such a fight before, because boxing's such a mental sport that him fighting Ramirez just one way and getting the victory and getting out of dodge, I think he might have cheated himself. And it didn't matter who he was fighting. It didn't even have to be a Brian Norman. Just going into the next fight, it would be question marks, because then you might have to pull those other tools in the tool belt. And you get in a position where you have to pull them out, and you can't afford to be gun shy or just have a split second of a delay, because boxing is such a mental game. I asked a bunch of boxers this question: what's the percentage of this game is mental? Some tell me 90, some tell me 60, some tell me 80, but they all tell me over 50%. I've never heard a fighter tell me less than 60%. And that's why I feel like this is such an important aspect of the fight. And I do think that Brian Norman has that mental advantage going into the fight. But Devin Haney can take that back based on what happens early in the fight.
Okay,
With
let me
that,
get
I'm gonna let you rock.
Okay, let me get in here. Okay, so we brought up
For sure.
the Jose Ramirez fight, right? So I hear a lot of you guys bring up the Jose Ramirez fight as, oh, this is one of Devin's worst performances and things like that. But did you guys actually study Jose Ramirez and what Jose Ramirez does? Pretty much does the same thing that Brian Norman does. He have to stand in front of Jose Ramirez for him to be effective. Now, to fight a pressure fighter like Jose Ramirez, you have to move around to keep him off of his feet, to keep him planted, because as long as he's off his feet, he can't generate power. Same as Brian Norman. They need to be
No, they're not the
stationary.
same. I think that's an
I,
incorrect statement. They're not the
I,
same
I,
fighter.
I, I didn't interrupt you.
I didn't. I thought you stopped and paused. Continue. Sorry.
No, okay. So the thing is, no, and matter of fact, you jump in here. So
Yeah,
you
that's
think
an
it's
incorrect
things
statement though,
go
because
ahead.
Brian
As
Norman can
far as
generate power while setting on the shots. Ramirez cannot. Ramirez also he just the speed in his feet has
Mhm.
never been there, and he's a step slower from his best days. Brian Norman does have quick feet. They're just not perfect feet, but they're good
Okay.
feet. They're better.
So
They're better than y'all are stating, but they're not out of this world at this point
okay,
of
Brim,
his
let me jump
career.
back
To
in
be
here.
honest, to be
Let me
fair.
jump back in here. So now
Okay.
that that me and you have done the scouting reports, and guys like Next Gen doesn't do the scouting report on guys that Devin Haney's fight. Ramirez, like we both admitted here, Ramirez has to be standstill for him to generate power. Am I correct about that?
Yes, but Norman doesn't.
Okay, hold on. We just talked. We just let's stay
Yeah.
here for just 1 second. Let's stay here
Hmm.
on our last opponents. So now with Devin Haney moving around, and the way he was moving around, did Ramirez ever get a chance to hit Devin Haney with any type of power shots? Did Devin
Because he's
Haney
too
not go in
slow.
there with the right game plan to fight Jose Ramirez by moving around, hitting and moving?
He should have mixed it up because he was even gunshot throwing shots when he had opportunities to land shots because he was just doing a little too much of the 3 feet back up instead of
Hmm.
utilizing his feet in the way he should. Like he did
What
some
about?
good defensive movements, but some of his defense was more retreat based, which doesn't
Mhm.
set his offense up, which limited him being able to throw the amount of punches that he would need to do, and which he could have possibly done against Ramirez as
Okay,
well.
so the name of the game is get out of distance of the fighter, correct?
Yeah,
Get
he
out of
got
the
the
fighter
job
the
done,
distance
but
range.
again, it could
So
have been
now
a better showing. It
Okay, so
definitely could have
now,
been a better showing.
now when you say he was backing up and things like that, what about the lateral movement when he was moving from side to side? When he would move to the right side, he would throw a two punch combination. So till when he leaned his back on ropes and moved to the left side, he was throwing 3-4 and then getting up out of there. When you're fighting fighters, like I said, that needs to you to be stationary for them to do what they have to do with you. You always get out the way. Same thing with Shakur Stevens. Shakur Stevens is very elusive. This is where we get slick black fighters from with great footwork. My great attribute in that fight, Devin Haney's great accurate, what he had, you know what the word I'm trying to use, was his feet, was to get out the way and outthink Jose Ramirez and get out of the way of Jose Ramirez power shots.
Can I
Jose
tell you
Ramirez
something?
has a hook. Go ahead, do you think?
He didn't have to do all that he did defensively because he cut off his offense being overly defensive, backing up in a straight line at times just to keep the
Mhm,
distance engaged. Because that's the one thing is Ramirez was not a short armed fighter, but he's a much
mhm,
slower fighter. So that means the reaction to the punch, Devin could always have the advantage. And there was not a lot of
mhm,
combinations from Devin, but when he had opportunities, 1 out of 5 times I say he would throw the combinations that I think he could have during the fight.
mhm.
He was apprehensive offensively, but at times he would land the one pot
What about?
shot, and then he every once in a while would do a combination. But for the most part, he just made sure to keep Ramirez at a distance at the
Okay,
end where he couldn't be able to do anything because Ramirez has to be
Brim,
set the punch. So if
Brim,
he
you
has
got
to
to be
move
letting me
forward.
get in here too, Brim.
I'm
You be
gonna let you
going,
get it. I'm almost
you
done.
be
But the
going
difference
though.
is
You be
between
going
Ramirez
though.
and Devin. The difference between Ramirez and Brian Norman is Brian Norman has not been actually having to force the engagement and move forward. He's been fighting on his back foot a lot of times in his most recent fight. It's been a
Okay.
combination of front foot and back foot fighting. He's not a pressure fighter per se. He's
Mhm.
actually a boxer puncher, and that's why when when the art man be saying no, he's not. He doesn't know what he's talking about and doesn't know what he's looking at.
Hold on, hold on, whoa, whoa, whoa,
That's
whoa, whoa, hold on.
Ramirez and them
So
not
this
the same.
between me and you. This ain't got nothing to do with art, but
I know,
art
but
do
I'm
know
just
what he
letting
be
you know
talking
what he's
about.
saying is not the same. So if you have that same sentiment as him,
Okay,
you
can
would
I,
be off as well.
Brim? If you let me get up in here, Brim, you
Go
be
ahead. Go
going
ahead.
and going and going. We having a
Go ahead.
conversation.
Which it means you ain't listening. Because
Okay,
if
so
you
the
only
thing,
worried about me going and going, that means you ain't listening to what I'm saying. You need
I'm
to
definitely
understand
listening to
what
what
I'm
you're
saying.
saying because I'm about to
All
give
right,
you.
then, well, then now it's your turn. Continue, sir. Just go ahead and rock at it. I'm
Uh,
done.
hear me? Can you
Yeah.
hear me? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I just had a phone call. My fault.
No, bro.
So this is my thing. If you did the measurements on Jose Ramirez is very much longer than Devin Haney. We can agree that he's longer than Devin Haney by an inch or two, correct? Arm length, right?
I think it's about the same as Brian Norman, maybe an inch,
Okay.
inch and a
Yes,
half. About
correct.
the same. Yeah, about
Okay,
the same.
correct. So what we did was we studied Brian Norman and we came up with the best game plan, right? Because we just seen what happened with Ryan Garcia fight when you guys complained about Devin Haney not being defensively responsible. So now when he gets in there and be defensively responsible, you guys have a problem with the extra movement. What is the problem? He did what he was supposed to do. He 12 0'd the guy and he moved on to the next fight. Brian Norman did what he supposed to do. He knocked out a trash can. So now let's move on to the next fight. We act like we haven't seen Devin Haney in situations to where Devin Haney had to show you his bag of tricks. You feel what I'm saying? Even the Lomachenko fight, he fought Lomachenko in different ways. And even when Lomachenko ended up catching up with Devin, Devin showed you how he can switch the game plan in the 11th and 12th round and won those rounds and brought him home. So now we're talking about a Swiss Army knife. What can Brian Norman do to show me that he does something different when his game plan is not working? Show me, point to me a fight where Brian Norman said, "Hey, this is not working. I have to switch it up and do something different."
In the third round versus Santillan, when he got caught with a couple shots, he actually changed up the game and started fighting off of the ropes and picking off shots and catching them with uppercuts and being able to time them with over the top left hooks after he got caught a couple times trying to engage in center quarters at certain points in time in the fight. If you're just looking for actually any adjustments at all, he did make a couple adjustments in that fight, and that's when he started really turning the tide of the fight at that point. But neither
Are
here or
those?
there.
Can you bring up multiple fights or just that one? Because I can bring up multiple fights with Jorge Linares where
I mean,
Devin
but
Haney
again,
steps up.
these fights and stuff that we talking about, that's fine and dandy and it's cool and those elements do matter. But I
But
will ask you this: do Haney? Do you feel he has the mental edge with Brian Norman going into this fight?
yes, I do, because the mental edge comes with experience. Brother, and experience is the amount of fights you had. Now let's bring up the Quentin Randall fight. If I'm not mistaken, Quentin Randall only had 13 and 10 fights, while Brian Norman was coming there with 25. When you're in there with somebody less experienced, they have less knowledge of the game and the sport, right? And they haven't been in the situations. Now, Devin Haney has been in the situations with a guy like Vasily Lomachenko, a drugged up Ryan Garcia, a world champion, a world class champion in Jojo Diaz, and other multiple guys that he's fought. Yes, he has the mental fortitude, and he was taught the mental fortitude as a young man, being trained by the Zab Judas, the Floyd Mayweathers, the Roger Mayweathers, the Floyd Mayweather seniors, and all the doghouse rules that he been in. So if Brian Norman wants to come and fight a pressure fight, doghouse rules already showed Devin, which he's been doing for years, that hey, I know how to do this and I know how to adjust
And I
to it.
try to tell that to my man Brim. I said, dude, two different schooling.
Art,
Two
can you
different
The thing is,
schooling.
Art, can you drop the link for me so I can get on my
you're
computer? I'm
pretty
just waiting on the link.
disrespectful to what Brian Norman Sr. actually brings to the table and how he coaches his son because you don't know anything, but you do assume that you do. And that's for Artman. To continue on the points that you make, Brian Norman actually is more battle tested than you think as well. He fought numerous fights with broken hands and still found ways to win fights. Then he
Numerous
fights.
top look, bro, put
No,
it
no,
in
no, I'm not.
context. Numerous top ranked factory workers, bro.
Centillion is not a factory worker. Centillion was the number one ranked welterweight, and he was ranked in multiple sanctioning bodies. So what are we doing here? If you want to diminish him, you be fine and dandy. But I can easily diminish Ramirez,
So
who is
so
on the backside of his career,
skill wise,
who is
Chantillion is that he
definitely
was that
almost
guy
a
to you,
half a
right?
step slower than his
Get the
best
hell
days,
out of
and he
here,
wasn't
bro.
that fast in the first place. See, the thing is, you can't do what you did against Ramirez against Norman because Norman's faster than Ramirez. He's faster than Ramirez. His feet are going to be
Do
more
we got a
fleet than
better gas
Ramirez.
tank than Ramirez? We
I
don't
mean,
even know that.
you talking
And
about
this
gas
and
tank, but
hold on, Brim, because you just
you
been
said you
cooking.
asked me a
Hold on,
question. I'm gonna tell you.
I'll let y'all cook. Does he even have the gas tank? Because this
Yes,
man,
you asked me a
how many
question. I'm gonna answer.
12 round fights has this man had? How many? You can't say that for certain, Brim. You
Okay,
can't
let me
say
tell
that
you
for
something.
certain. You cannot
Devin
say
Haney
this
is a
guy
low
has the gas
output
tank for
fighter. I'm
certain,
not that
bro.
concerned about
If he's
Brian
never
Norman's
been 12 rounds.
stamina with a low output fighter. who picks shots, who's not going to throw a whole bunch of punches where it's going to force him to be tired out. That man had carried power to the 10th round, and with a dude that was coming attacking him where he had to fend him off and be able to pick shots and do it on the ropes in a combination of different ways. As a
Yeah,
dude was
he was
coming
landing punches. You know the difference
yeah, but he
between
had to deal
you
with a
know.
whole bunch of
Come
punches
on,
coming at
Brim.
him.
Brim,
And in
come
the
on,
10th
Brim.
round,
You know
he
the
still
difference
had his
between throwing.
stamina to knock him out. So I'm not concerned about Devin Haney, who doesn't throw as many punches, wearing Brian Norman's stamina out. When he had to endure throwing more punches and having more punches thrown at him and maintaining and carrying his power in the 10th round and getting a knockout of the year candidate. What we doing?
Okay, this is what we doing. This is what we doing right here. When my man speaks on the schooling, right? Brian Norman has never been in there with the coaches as depth as a Floyd Mayweather Jr., as a Roger Mayweather Jr., who actually coached Floyd.
Oh, coach ain't gonna say that from 2012 training. We in
Brother,
2025.
me and you wasn't interrupting each other, brother. We
Yeah,
was
but
talking.
in 2012, that old coaches only do you so much. We're in the right now in the present.
Okay, hold on. If you think that he's still not getting those teachers, if you think he's still not getting teachers from Zab Judah,
And his coach no more.
brother, are we going to finish having a conversation like adults, or are you going to keep
I
interrupting me? Let me know.
You're telling me about Floyd Mayweather. He ain't his coach no more.
Brother,
Those guys
I'm speaking to you, brother. I'm speaking, brother. Can I preach, please? I'll let you preach. It's my turn. Let me preach.
Floyd Mayweather don't mean nothing. Continue though.
I will continue. Thank you, brother. So the lessons that he learns from Zab Zuda, Floyd Mayweather Senior, and Roger Mayweather, brother, that shit sticks with you. Getting there, being coached by real coaches like Freddie Roach and all those guys that Devin Haney been coached by. That's a different breed of a dog right there, brother. That's not no Loquero Taco Bell dog that you found behind Taco Bell. That's a prime pit bull right there, who has the knowledge to outthink a person in the ring. Devin Haney has a bag so enormous, bro, that from round 1 to round 12, he can be a different fighter. He can be a Zab Judah. He can be a Shane Mosley. He can be a Manny Pacquiao. He can be all these dudes in one that you seem to look past because you're thinking that power does something. Power means nothing if you cannot land it. Devin Haney showed you in his last fight, I can be defensively responsible. So do you want him to stand toe-to-toe with Brian Norman, or would you like him to be defensively responsible, or would you like him to mix it in one? Tell me what you want him to do.
He's going to have to do a little bit of it all. He's going to have to mix it up and do a little bit of it all. Because you can't just try to be defensive and win the fight. He's going to have to engage somewhat, but he want to be smart while he engages. It's a combination of everything, which he has the ability to do so. I'm not undermining Devin Haney. But you said the school of thought. Did you know his father fought most of his career with Vertilago and fought for the championship versus Gene Pascal with Vertilago and went 12 rounds? See, you up here talking about this school of thought and training, y'all disrespecting professional fighters who actually went in the trenches and went through their lives and trying to build a career as a boxer and went through all the rigors and all these things, and y'all undermining that man. Do y'all know that? Put some respect on his damn name.
Hold on, brother. I wasn't cussing at you, but tell me who do I
I
disrespect?
just said damn name. Don't get sensitive. I said put some respect on his damn name. You talking about I wasn't cursing. Come on, let's not be that sensitive, dog. Put some respect on Brian Norman Sr.'s name. That man fought his career with Vertilago.
Where did I disrespect him at? You still didn't tell me where I
Yeah,
disrespect
y'all be talking about this trainer, all this training,
now,
all
where
this
did I
training.
disrespect
Like,
him at, bro? Where did I disrespect him at right now? Me and you having an adult conversation. Where did I disrespect him at? I didn't.
you know what? I apologize because I include you with Artman.
Artman wasn't even talking, brother.
My
You're
bad.
not, but y'all disrespect. But overall, y'all talk like Brian Norman Sr. doesn't bring anything to the table as a trainer.
We're talking about
Like he's
the coaching aspect of Brian Norman. Brian Norman was 18-11. That's not a good record in boxing.
Hey, fuck that, bro. I'm questioning the whole team, bro. I'm questioning the whole team. This nigga Tate Jones said he mimicking Devin Haney, nigga. That's the funniest shit I know.
That's bullshit. He couldn't mimic that man getting dressed.
Now you know, Brim, that's some bullshit.
You know, it's not bullshit because multiple fighters do multiple things in training camp with multiple people.
Bullshit right now, Brim. That's bullshit.
No, I'm telling you why they bullshit. Devin Haney got some fighters that listen to me. Devin Haney has had some fighters in the ring with him, just mimicking some of the things that Brian Norman do, but they can't do what Brian Norman do well. You just gotta see the look. It's about the look. Y'all don't understand the professional boxing game. Y'all don't. When y'all say stuff like that, you don't understand the professional boxing game. Multiple people are going to do that for him. It's going to be multiple different fighters that will get in the ring and mimic in some way, form, or fashion.
Devin Haney in
Yeah,
anything.
and
Not
Troy
even
Osley can't. Troy Osley can't
No
mimic
way.
Brian
This
Norman,
nigga
but they
Brim
did
is,
use Osley to help them get
bro.
prepared for the fights. I mean, because he can probably work and do a few things like it. It's just the look. It's the
Are you
look that
gonna
you're
be
getting.
honest
That's
or
what you're
no?
working on. You guys got to stop the
So
nonsense.
we're not being
Ain't no
honest.
way Brim came to my channel capping like this, my nigga.
It
You know
ain't
that.
That's
cap.
crazy, homie.
That's not cap.
That's
I
crazy,
guarantee
bro.
you, if you found out everybody that Devin Haney sparred, there will be a couple fighters that mimic Brian Norman that doesn't
How much?
do what Brian Norman
Duh.
do.
But here's the
How
thing.
much are
Here's the
they
thing,
paying you,
Brim.
bro?
But they're
Brim,
doing it
this
for the
this
look. You're getting the look that you're getting the look to see what
How much are
the
they
style
paying you,
looks like, and
Brim?
you're just working against it. That's it.
How much are they paying you for your integrity to say that shit?
Y'all
How much
clueless.
are they paying you?
Y'all really are clueless, though.
now
If you
he
Look
think
me in
that,
my
clueless.
face, my
Now he
nigga. You
clueless.
gonna
All
answer
right,
this
no,
bet.
question?
because listen. We're not saying
Bro,
that,
how much
that
are
what
they
Trey
paying you?
Jones was shifted the world for him. He just gave him a look to work on. He wasn't the only one. And there's going to be the same thing for Devin Haney. That's all I'm saying. Come on, guys, get it together.
I think he deleted that tweet too, because niggas was like, "Ain't no way."
No, he
Ain't no
didn't.
fucking way possible.
That shit, that type of shit changed the odds.
No,
Now I'm talking
that
shit.
sounds funny.
I'm talking shit. Damn.
No, always. I gotta apologize, to my man, because I be putting on your thoughts on him when he don't got the exact same thoughts as you.
Yeah, bro, I speak for Artman and ArtmanApparel.com.
The best
Best
boxing
boxing
merch
merch
in
in
the
the
game.
game.
But
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
glad he was able to do what you are unable to do, though. Congratulations to that, for real, though.
Why you think he can't do what I do? He do what I do, but better, bro. He been doing this shit
No, he
before. What
don't.
you talking
No, he
about?
don't.
I see the disrespect, bro. It's crazy, my nigga. I
That's
don't
not
understand.
disrespect. Sitting there talking about the fight and covering both sides of both the coins for both fighters, positive and negative. Artman has not shown me the capability of doing that. That's not
I don't
disrespect.
give because
That's
see, a
just an
nigga like
honest
me, I don't
viewpoint.
give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You know
Maybe the
why?
problem
You
You
is
know
the
should,
why?
fact
though.
that you on that
Maybe you
Brim,
bullshit.
you know
should, though.
why?
That's the problem.
Because
You don't give a fuck. Maybe you
when you
should.
put money,
And make you a better
when you're
boxing
putting
fan.
money on it, Brim, when you're putting money on it, it's different. I'm over evaluating this whole fight. And
You
that's the
should
difference.
put money on it. I've been making money off
Y'all
Brian
think
Norman
I'm
for
just
years.
y'all
What are you
think
talking
I'm
about?
just watching this. I'm just going with Haney because I fuck with Haney.
You
No,
almost
nigga,
made a
I'm
rack on
going off
Brian
of just
Norman, bro, on
boxing. Like
Centillion fight alone. What are we doing here?
what in just in anything in life, you would not pick the inexperienced nigga over the nigga with experience. Like what? That's just common sense.
Okay. Well, what's his experience at welterweight? What's Devin Haney's experience at welterweight?
He had two
Tell,
fights,
tell
right?
me about tell me about his welterweight experience at
I'll tell you.
147.
He 12
I'll
and 0,
tell you.
nigga. He
I'll
12 and
tell
0,
you.
nigga.
He's
No, no,
2 and
no,
0
no.
in welterweight
He asked me.
fights.
So he
Hold up.
12. He
His fought at
12 and 0 in
welterweight? I didn't know he fought at 147. Did he fight at a catchweight?
No, he
I thought
fought
Anything
it
at
was
over
144
welterweight.
140,
144 and
anything over
143.
140,
This
anything
fight
over
with Brian Norman
140
is
is
his second
welterweight.
fight at
I
welterweight.
mean, yeah, technically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so okay then.
Yeah, but he fighting at 147.
Brother, the cap is 147. You can come in that motherfucker. You
How
come in
many
there at
fights he got at
144.
147 again?
He has two. When he
Two?
fought
How
Ryan
many
Garcia,
wins he got? Just one win, right? One win and one no contest. Is that correct?
correct. You're right.
Okay.
You're 100%
Gotcha.
correct, brother. You
Okay.
100% correct. He has been at
Okay.
welterweight because welterweight 147 is the cap. If you
How
come
many
in at
true welterweights he fought before?
hold on,
He
hold on.
said nigga quit speaking on the mic. That nigga eating the whole pork rib.
Nope, I'm eating a beef patty with cheese, you heard?
I'm telling you,
I hope you didn't get it
he
from
Brian Norman
McDonald's.
family cooking, so he gonna come here with some swayed opinions. You know how it is.
I'm just gonna hit him with facts. That's all I'm gonna hit him with.
Kinda.
So I'm watching Centillion, bro. I could tell you all about that Centillion fight. Your man Brian Norman defense is trash, super
If you say
trash.
so. The thing is, when you're
Was it
willing
not
to
trash? Was it not
when
trash in
you're
that fight?
willing to take a
Brim,
shot to get your shot,
Brim,
once you know your fighter
Brim,
can't hurt you anymore,
Brim,
you fight a little bit different. But you
Brim,
don't understand those
Brim.
dynamics of the fights. But you know, you can have that.
Was his defense not trash in that fight? Yes or
And
no?
he had moments where he got hit sometimes. Yeah, absolutely. He definitely
No.
got hit
Was his
more than I would
defense
want him to
trash
get
in
hit. But
that
his defense
fight?
was,
Yes
if his
or
defense
no,
was
bro?
trash, he would have lost the fight.
Was the
So
defense trash? Yes or no in that fight?
no,
All right,
no.
man. See how this is what I'm talking about. You can cap. He talks about me. Say,
No,
yo,
his
Brim, you
defense
capping
wasn't
for nigga.
trash.
You can't
He
even
had
admit that
lapses
his
and
defense
moments of
was
lapses, but
trash
was
in
his
that
defense
fight,
trash? No,
bro.
because
This nigga's
he baited him on the ropes and set great countering opportunities. I mean, it's a multifaceted
so
thing, and you just
if he would have
vanilla
fought
blanket
Boots
bull
Ennis,
crap. That's what you be
if he would have
talking.
fought Boots Ennis the same way he fought Centillion,
Every
that would
fight is
you would
not
have
the
considered that
same. You're
good
not gonna fight the
defense?
person the same way because their
That would have been
styles. The
considered
styles are
some good
gonna make you
defense then.
determine how you
No, his
fight.
ass
What
would
are
have
you
got
talking
knocked
about?
the fuck out. I hope
If
he
you
fight
say
like that
so,
against
I
Dev.
mean,
Actually,
cool. You
I'm
believe
actually.
that, and
I
you
hope
have a
he
right
fights
to
like
believe
that
that.
against Dev. You see them
If you say
excuses?
so, brother.
Yeah.
he gonna talk about me now. I got time today. You ain't gonna be clipping and snipping no videos, bro. Let's cook. Let's cook, nigga.
You clip your snip yourself, man, based on your horrible takes consistently.
Was my take horrible? I just said that Canelo was gonna be he was gonna lose to
That's
fucking
one
Crawford.
fight. Congratulations. It's gonna be
Nah,
different.
nigga, niggas was
And
saying
it
I
ain't
was
just that
wrong.
though.
Niggas
You
was saying I was
now,
dead wrong.
congratulations, bro. You got one. Who
Now
did
I'm
you
telling
pick?
you, man.
Who did you pick? Bud and
Hold on, and
Spence.
then
Who did you pick?
I
Bud and
also
Spence.
pick. I also
Who did
hold
you
on, hold
pick
on.
in
I
Bud and
also
Spence
pick.
since we going that
I
deep?
got
Who did you pick
hey,
with Bud
hey,
and
hey,
Spence?
hey, Brim.
Uh-huh.
I
Huh?
got a viral tweet
Question.
actually.
Question.
Hold on. I got a viral tweet actually on Twitter of me posting before the Jin Kasaki fight. I said this is how Brian Norman gonna do Jin Kasaki, of him spanking some random Asian guy. So I'm like, yeah, I already knew he was gonna fight a can, bro. I knew he was gonna fight a can, but now this is prediction. I'm about to get this super right. They're about to cook you, man. I wouldn't be surprised if you stop your guy on some real shit.
You
I wouldn't even
calling
be
top six
surprised.
welterweights cans? I mean, this is crazy. I mean, he may not be on the
It
upper
took your
echelon, but
man
he's a
5 rounds to
he's,
stop
he's a
Jin
ranked fighter,
Kasaki,
bro.
bro, who catches
He's a
punches with
ranked
his
fighter.
teeth.
I bet you Ramirez can't beat Jin Sasaki right now as of today. If they had fought that same day, if it was Ramirez
Nigga,
and
Jin
Jin Sasaki
Kasaki
fighting,
don't even know who
I
he
bet you
is. He
Ramirez
don't
probably
even
would
know
have
his
lost.
name is Jin
He would have
Kasaki,
lost the
bro.
fight, probably.
He don't even know his name is Jin Kasaki right now.
It's Jin Sasaki. Like again, you spend a lot of energy talking about that fight, and I don't. Because when that fight was announced, I said, "Oh, yeah, you get a chance to
You
travel, get
see,
paid well, and do what I know what you about to do. You're gonna knock him
Norman
out in 4 or
fans is
5
the
rounds."
only fans. Hear me out, Brim. Norman fans is the only fans that get upset when you talk about this nigga's fights. When you talk about his
Oh
past
no,
fight.
no, no, no!
Like,
Because
damn, nigga, I can
you have
talk
no
about any
context.
past
You just
fights
be
and ain't a
capping.
problem. Why when we
You
talk
just be
about your man's
capping. That's
past
what.
fight? Oh, why you got to talk about that? What you mean? Why
No,
we
because
got
you
to
be
talk about
capping.
that?
You be overstating stuff. You be over. Oh, your defense is just
Why
trash.
see
But
niggas
he won the
niggas
fight
act like it's an
by a
insult.
stylistic knockout with a
That's how you
knockout
know.
candidate of the year,
That's how
and
you
his
know your
best
man's
punches
not
were his
ready.
counter punches. But his defense was all trash. Like, what are you
That's how you
talking
know
about?
your man. That's how you know your man's not ready. When niggas talk about his past fights and that's considered an insult. Real shit.
It's not considered insult. It's what's considered insult. Your lack of context in your vanilla statements.
I post this nigga fights. Niggas talking about why you troll. I'm like, this is nigga fight.
No, because the things you be saying is trolling. The things you be saying is trolling.
All
That's what it
right,
is.
man.
Because we could do the same thing. You want to go look at Linares and see how wobbly Devin's legs are? I guarantee
Niggas
you,
do
Brian
that.
Norman hit him with the same shot. He
Niggas,
gonna be more
they
than
do
wobbly
that.
legs. He's gonna
They
be laid
definitely
out.
do that. They
I can play
definitely
the
do
same
that.
game as you, but I don't like playing those
Mhm.
type of games.
They do that, but I can show you from the same fight. Well, check this out. This is how he
That
cooked him.
jabbing,
What
grabbing, right?
he won every fucking round damn near in that Linares fight. I think he even won the round he got hurt in. The fuck?
Yo, well, guess what? He would have won second place if Norman hit him with that punch.
Norman wouldn't even be on fighting a nigga like Haney if Top Rank had a fucking deal. Let's
I
be real.
don't want to hear about this. If was a fifth shit. You always
Y'all
talking
know
about
that.
top rank. You talking
Y'all
about
know
top rank.
that.
Where Devin Haney get his glory from? Top rank. So you throwing all that top rank shit. Devin Haney got his glory
What do
there,
you mean this
putting in that
glory
work.
from Top
So you can
Rank?
just keep on
That nigga
running your
free
mouth.
agent.
Yeah, but when he
He
did
ain't
it,
like
he
your
was at
man
top
Norman
rank.
Sr. He
When
ain't
he
signed no
did it, he
slave
was at top
contract,
rank.
nigga.
The only pay-per-view top rank did in the last 4 years was Devin Haney versus Loma.
Nah, this
So
nigga
they
talking
helped
about Top
they
Rank,
put him
nigga.
on the stage
Nah,
to do it.
nah,
And
niggas
you
ain't
throwing all
signing
that
them
top
type of
rank shade,
deals
but
like
top
your
rank held
man
it down
fucking
for Devin Haney
Senior
for that
and
little period of
Junior.
time.
Your
Look
man,
at you. Look
them
at you
niggas is gonna
sounding
be
goofy.
lifers at Top Rank. They better hope they win this fight, or they gonna put them on the
You're not
shelf.
necessarily going to be lifers, but that happens with fighters. That contract situation, that is the norm for most fighters.
Nah, it's the norm for Norman.
Devin is the exemption to the rules, the
It's the
exception to the
norm for
rules in this,
Norman.
because
That's
they
why I
had
say y'all
gotten
need to
themselves in
holler at Bill
position
Haney and
and they
them
took
so they can
advantage
get y'all
of
on
the
game.
zone starting out having to overpay fighters, so it put them in a different position. But you won't have that dynamic and that type of
Norman got to win this
or
fight.
viewpoint
He
to
win
see
this
what it
fight,
is.
man. He could
What
change his
Brian
life
Norman is
up.
dealing with, most fighters are in that position. Most. Devin Haney is an exception to the rule for the most part. But there's a negative to come with that as well. There's positives and negatives. So I mean, you be over capping and feeling all superior, poking your chest out. When if he get sparked out, then they could be like, okay, he has no promotional network. Now what? How is he gonna get paid? How is he gonna get money for a fight?
Speaking
But
of
I think
if,
he'll be fine
what's
because
up
I
with your
respect
man
him as a
Norman talking
futurist.
about if
But
he catch
you
Haney?
goofy.
What happened to your man Norman? What's up with your man saying if he catch Haney?
Huh?
I was listening to do interview from your man Norman, and he was talking. They said, "Oh, so what
Because
round you gonna
he
stop
said
Haney
if
in?"
he catch Haney, because
It
Haney
went
might
from
not have to
"Oh,
be
I'm gonna
caught.
stop him" to "if I catch him."
Yeah, because
That
Haney
sound
might
like
not
some
have to be
weakness.
caught because
That
Devin
sound
Haney
like
might
some
not fight
weakness.
that way. Devin Haney might not fight that way. So if you have to catch him, he might not have to catch him because Devin might fight in the center square because Devin Haney's done that before. Because Devin Haney's a multifaceted fighter. He don't just run around in the fight. It
I'm
ain't
glad
all
you
that.
know that. That's why he about to whoop your man's ass. That's
No, but
why.
you asked me a question. I answered. You
Yeah.
said
Thank
if
you.
he had to chase him. If
Thank you for
means
pointing it out. You be
if he
point
has to go
you low
catch
key
him.
be
Devin
you
Haney,
low
you might
key a
not have
Devin
to do
fan
that.
too. You be pointing
Devin
shit
Haney
out
might
to
stand there
everybody.
and exchange, and then he gonna stand there and get knocked the hell out. How about that?
How about if your man don't get that knockout, what's gonna happen?
Don't need a knockout
Yeah.
because the thing
What?
is, he don't have to even sit on his punches to
Why he
hurt
don't
that.
need a knockout?
He can't
He
beat
Your
him
don't.
in
man
12, bro.
since when?
Since the beginning of since before, when the fight was announced, all you gotta do is land punches, bro. And if he lands good, clean punches, it's gonna hurt Devin, and Devin's gonna be more in a retreat mode. And then he might be
You know what it
he'll start
sounds
losing
like?
rounds because he's not fighting to
This
win. He's
this is
fighting to
what it sounds
survive.
like,
There's
y'all.
more than one way to skin a cat, player.
Let me talk to the chat, y'all. This is what it sounds like. Niggas is just hoping that Brian Norman can land that knockout punch. That's what it is.
Nope,
Niggas
it's
is
not one punch. It's
hoping.
gonna be a
It's
culmination
hope.
of punishment.
It's wishing on a star.
It's a culmination of punishment. I'm not talking about one punch. It's going to be a culmination of punishment. More than one punch. It ain't going to be about a knockout punch because he's not going to sit on his punches. If you're not sitting on your punches, then you can free to let your hands go. And if you got power in both hands and you can be able to
You
land
don't.
with power without having to sit on your
He be
punches, I'm
sitting with his
expecting to
head on
throw
the
more
line. The
punches,
man about to
land
get
more
capped the
punches
fuck
because
out.
not every punch is going to be a knockout punch. It's going to be just slow thudding blows that take a toll on him over the course of the fight before he
Speed
gets
about to
stopped.
kill your man. Speed's about to do your man so dirty. Like
That sound
you don't
good.
even understand. Like
We gonna see, baby. We gonna
Brim,
see.
but no, Brim, you understand. I seen them. I seen the footage.
Don't understand.
I seen the footage.
I do
He could
understand.
throw
You
a good
don't.
punch, but you know what your man do when he throw that left? He brings his hand right back down to his fucking stomach, and he keeps his head right on the center,
And
right on
sometimes
the
Devin Haney do that
center.
when he throw a jab.
Sometimes,
So
your man do it all
sometimes
the
Devin
time.
Haney
That's
does
what I'm
that.
trying to
He leaves
tell you,
himself open
Brim.
when he's throwing jabs. So I mean, hey, listen, it's gonna be opportunities for both guys.
You're saying
What we talking?
sometimes Dev do it. Sometimes Dev make mistakes. No, your man, he making mistakes all the time. And
He don't make them all the time. He
he's
don't make them all the
improving.
time, but I will say Dev makes his a little bit less than Norman at this point of the career. So I can say that's fair. But they both do make certain
Can we
mistakes.
say it's a normal
Yeah.
for Norman for his defense to be
No, because
shitty?
if it was normal for Norman, Norman wouldn't be an undefeated champion fighting Devin Haney and Riyadh
I
season on
mean,
November
fighting them
24th.
niggas, I'd be undefeated champion
Bro,
too.
you
I'm
overstating
talking
it.
shit. I'm
Santillion
talking
would beat
shit.
almost
Nah,
everybody
I'm
else.
talking shit. I'm talking shit.
Yeah,
Shout
you
out to
always
Norman.
talking shit.
Norman's a hell of a fighter. Hell of a fighter. I'm just saying the level of competition.
Yo,
It's
I don't want to hear this
motherfucking.
level of competition. And
It's
I
not
can't
good.
believe that y'all be saying Devin
You
got
don't
the
want to
mental
hear
edge, and you
because
know damn well
it's the
Devin don't got the
truth.
mental edge going in this fight.
Some
Devin
people don't
got
want
a
to hear the
little bit of
truth.
doubt in his
How he don't
this
got
because if
how do
he
you
should have
how he
had
don't got
because
the
there's
mental
no
edge?
reason for him not to engage and land more punches against Ramirez as slow
Can
as
you
Ramirez
explain
is.
why he has
Ramirez
that
ain't
doubt?
looked good since his
Can you articulate
unification
that?
5 years ago, bro.
Can you
He about to
articulate
ball both
that, bro? Why?
clean.
Can you articulate why you feel like that about Devin Haney not having a mental edge? Can you articulate that why?
Yeah,
I
please
definitely
explain that
can.
to
I
us,
definitely can.
Dr. Brim.
I could definitely can because in the fight with Ramirez, there was numerous opportunities where Devin Haney could have threw combinations and land shots that completely do more damage and possibly be able to be in a position to maybe get a stoppage. That thing he had. Hold on,
Coming off of a layoff,
that thing he hadn't had
is
since
how a
Kawhi
fighter's gonna
Leonard
fight
played
for the
for the
rest of his
Toronto
career.
Raptors, but he didn't do that because he was fighting a fight partially scary, not willing to take a punch and really engage. When you're going straight back in the line, he was doing some of the characteristics that Shakur was doing against De Los Santos, and you don't want to really do that. You want to be defensively smart, but you don't want to be scared for engagement. And in some cases, he was fighting to not get the engagement, and that's not going to help him in this fight because he's going to have to engage in this fight. So, like I said, the mental edge is in Brian Norman. With Brian Norman is feeling very confident, he's stepping in. I know there's some question marks with Devin Haney. We're gonna get them answered. Devin Haney
So
can show up and handle business, but
we
it
heard
ain't a
your answer.
foregone
We heard
conclusion
your
that
answer
Devin
now.
Haney.
Okay, let's respond because I want to respond to that. So you're saying that Devin Haney is scared because in his warm-up fight, damn near, because we all know he was gonna fight Ryan Garcia after, until Ryan Garcia shit the bed. But anyways, in his fight where it's coming off a 1-year layoff after being cheated, this nigga goes here and win 12 rounds to 0 in a fucking fight. That's a
But
1 year
y'all been
left.
talking about
Like
some 12 round and
I
zero that
have to
landed the
hold on.
least amount of punches.
I have to put infamous on 1 year layoff because I don't think you guys truly understand that. Somebody that's coming
Bro,
up.
he landed the least amount of punches in boxing history almost. No, I'm tired of you muting me all the time, you
He didn't
goofy
land the least
motherfucker.
amount of
I
punches that week.
don't care. You
He didn't
always muting
hold on,
people.
let me cook.
Playing
He didn't land the least amount of punches that week. So we not gonna act like Devin
They
Haney had
landed
the
the
worst
least amount of
performance.
combined punches right before
No,
Canelo.
no.
So you
We're
wanna go
talking
to a
about. Hold
worse fight to
on.
make you
See, this
feel?
is why I gotta mute you because you don't let me
You
cook.
gonna go to a
Let me
worse fight
cook.
to
I
make
just
you
let
feel
you
better?
cook.
You
See,
gonna go
let me
to a
cook,
worse?
Brim.
You
Come
going to
on,
a
Brim.
worse fight to make yourself feel?
Hold on, Brim. They coming in here, art man. They ain't
They
coming here
landed
to
so
Uncle
many
Brim.
little punches. You got to use a
They ain't
worse
coming
fight
here to
to.
Uncle. They ain't coming here to
You got
Uncle
to
Brim,
use a
bro.
worst case to make your.
All right, man. See, I don't know. I got to put the nigga in timeout because I'm trying to explain. The nigga's coming off a 1-year layoff, right? After a nigga just cheated him. He has a guaranteed rematch with the nigga that cheated him. He goes in there and win this fight 12 rounds to 0. Yeah, he could have threw more punches, but no, he didn't. But it's not like he was clinging on to it, like he was barely making it. No. Every time he threw a punch, every time he wanted to engage, he hurt the dude. Popped him every fucking time. He showed that he's way faster than this guy. Defense is on point. He's not getting caught with the same shit. You guys are just projecting your own fucking diagnosis on this nigga, talking about he has PTSD and he's scared. A scared nigga wouldn't be fighting this fucking country nigga, Brian Norman, with all this fucking knockout memory power. So y'all gotta stop projecting. All that shit sounds like fucking projection, and you're trying to overtalk me, not trying to let me get my point across. That's why I'm putting your ass in timeout. When you ready to chop it up, you can come chop it up, but you ain't finna be out here smacking on fucking pork ribs on my channel, trying to tell my people some bullshit. We gonna cook. We definitely gonna cook. But shout out to everybody in the motherfucking chat. Make sure y'all go to artmanapparel.com, best boxing merch in the motherfucking game. Niggas is really basing their picks off of, like I said, a couple things, a couple fights. They're basing their picks off of Jin Kasaki bullshit ass fucking fight, Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia, which was a fucking no contest, and some fucking made up, undiagnosed that they fucking put on Devin Haney PTSD from the Ramirez fight. That type of thinking gonna have these niggas looking fucking crazy in the 8th round. Looking at Senior crazy like, damn, I thought you was a better coach than that. Nigga, he's spending all his time talking to you niggas and me on motherfucking on our channels that he is training his fucking son. He gonna be right here with you niggas in the comments when his son get his belt took, nigga. Brim, look, let me tell you about Brim. And I fuck with Brim. Brim, the type of guy, he's getting all this type of like exposure to motherfucking B Norm in the camp. You know what I'm saying? He's feeling all buddy and shit. He probably has some of mama's motherfucking pig feet, whatever. So he feeling like he part of the fam. You know what I'm saying? So that's my boy B Norman. B Norman gonna do, nigga. B Norman ain't gonna do shit, nigga. I can't wait for this fight. November 22nd, it's popping. It's fucking popping, man. I can't wait. I'm gonna still respect Brian Norman. That's the thing. But we just talking about boxing, and we're talking about strictly boxing, and we're talking about what we're putting money on. I'm not putting money on my feelings that I feel like Devin Haney's gonna win. No, nigga, I'm putting money on Dev because I know this nigga's gonna win based off what I've seen, based off what I've seen, nigga, based off of what I've seen from Norman, nigga. Hey, good luck to anybody betting money on him. Good luck. Just know there's only one way of victory for that nigga. There's multiple ways of victory for Devin. One way for fucking Ryan Norman, which is knockout. Whenever we talk about this nigga acting like this nigga's fucking Superman. Well, within every punch he lands on Devin Haney, Devin Haney's just gonna crumble. Nigga, what if it don't happen like that? What if Devin is able to take Brian Norman's punches? Then what? You gonna say Brian Norman's gonna outbox him? No, you can't say that. Because based off of all the fights we've seen before, the fights that you niggas get upset that I post, nigga, it's looking like when he's fighting boxers, nigga, he struggles. He struggles. Unless he's able to fix that lunging shit overnight, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I ain't no boxing expert. I ain't talking like I'm a boxing expert. I'm just saying this is my opinion. If y'all don't like it, put your money on Brian Norman. We'll holla. We'll talk about it November 22nd, night of, how that shit went. Straight up.
I agree with you 100%. Brian Norman don't have "I touch you, you get knocked out" power. So when Brim says that, I don't understand where he's coming from, because dudes has clearly went the distance with Brian Norman. But I guess we ain't gonna talk about that. But what we really need to
No, his
discuss,
hands was broken. His hands was broken, so that means he was blocking punches with his face,
not with his teeth, with
with
his
his
teeth.
teeth.
I mean, the thing that I want to talk about,
This
Art man.
hold on, real quick before you get it. This nigga really
What?
just sat here and just lied. I gotta cook on it. This nigga just lied and
Look,
said he had good defense in that Centillion fight. Nigga, that's some straight up cap, man. That shit's crazy. He ain't gonna snip that. He ain't gonna snip that. So also Haney's gonna be stronger than Norman. Watch, he putting on enough muscle to move around. That's what I'm saying. Norman is on his way up to 154, but he don't want to go to 154 because all that knockout power ain't gonna be there like niggas claim he got. That's why niggas sticking around at 147.
my thing is this, Art, and this is honestly what we got to think about with the Brian Norman thing. You were right. You're 100% right. His dad has been on more podcasts than he has been in the boxing gym, and I'm not gonna shit on Norman Jr. because he has fought some tomato cans. He has fought everybody top rank put in front of him. But what we have to mention is who have these guys fought and who are they? Who are these guys? These guys are top rank factory bums. You know what I'm saying? The bum bashers. You know what I'm saying? Top rank. You know what I'm saying? Put them in there with bums to see. You know what I'm saying? How they are. So you can't put a bum basher in there with a prize fighter and think that he's gonna do the same thing that he does with those chinny cans of what we gonna call them, cans of beans, to make it sound a little better. Art, does that make it better if I
Yeah,
sound like that?
top ranked workers, top
All
ranked
right, all right.
employees.
Top ranked bean cans, right? You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney is just different than anything that this man has fought. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand why he's doing why Brim is doing what he's doing, but I guess it's that pickle pig feet that he eating. Got him feeling like that. What you think, Art?
That's bro. I feel like a lot of niggas is just wishing on a star when it comes to this Brian Norman shit, bro. They looking at the muscles and looking like, oh yeah, well, Devin Haney. They're looking at the muscles and they're putting their own diagnosis on Dev and they thinking, oh well, a nigga with muscles definitely gonna beat somebody with PTSD. They're not thinking about skills. They're not thinking about how this guy, come fight week, is the muscle still gonna be there? They're not thinking about nothing like that. They're not thinking about this nigga's gas tank. They're not thinking like, damn, you know, Dev, he ain't gonna be drained, and he already shown that this nigga don't look tired after these fights. We never really seen that from Norman. Norman be looking like he huffing and puffing after some of these fights. But
Well,
niggas don't want to hear that shit.
that's because he truly don't have a motor. You know what I'm saying? But the nigga can jump some rope though. He definitely can jump some rope. All right, he can definitely jump some rope. I'm saying that's some of the best jump roping I've seen in my life. How about you?
Mm-hmm. He a jump roping motherfucker, and then he got motherfucking Tay Jones mimicking Devin Haney, and niggas talking about, ooh, Art man, you wrong as hell for picking Dev. All right, man.
How? Let me ask you something, bro. I mean, I have not watched not one a single of Tay Jones fights, but I knowing Tay Jones and the things that I've seen, Tay Jones cannot mimic Devin Haney at all. Hold on, real fast, Art. My bad.
Respect to Tay Jones, because I ain't gonna sit here and say, oh, this nigga's just, oh my God, the worst fighter ever. No, I ain't gonna sit here and say that. Respect to any brother that steps in the ring, first and foremost. Respect to that brother for doing that. But I'm gonna just say that when we're talking about what we putting our money on, we gotta be realistic. I'm putting my money on Devin Haney. This nigga has top level contenders that he's sparring with, and other guys y'all don't know. But I ain't gonna speak too much. But you know what I'm saying. There's some other guys y'all don't know who are really, really skilled that some people might say are more skilled than Brian Norman Jr. That's the type of work he's getting. But he's getting niggas like Tay Jones. And like I said, respect to Tay Jones for stepping in the ring. But when it comes to like comparison Tay Jones to like Troy Isley, you really can't compare it, because I know y'all hate Regis Prograis and y'all say Regis Prograis is just the worst fighter in the world because Devin beat him. Let me put it in context. And I'm not trying to say triangular theories and all that shit work, but nigga, styles make fights. Let me put it in context. Y'all hate Regis. Regis knocked out somebody who knocked out Tay Jones. I'm gonna just say that. And that's not my opinion. That's fact. Julius Ndangu, somebody that people don't even give Terrence Crawford credit for beating. That nigga stopped Tay Jones. And I'm like I'm saying this with all respect. I'm not trying to shit on this nigga career or nothing like that. But this is somebody who got stopped by Julius Ndangu. And Regis Prograis, stopped Julius Ndangu. And you guys are telling me I'm supposed to have faith in a nigga who never went 12 rounds and his sparring partner is Tay Jones mimicking Dev. And I'm a dead wrong ass nigga for picking Dev. For the nigga who beat motherfucking Lomachenko and all this shit, got all the accolades and sparring top line contenders. And the contenders is saying, hey man, this nigga's putting the beats on these niggas. What am I supposed to think as a logical boxing fan? That's what I be talking about. Y'all niggas be picking Brian Norman off some friendship because y'all niggas, he may be responding to y'all tweets. Y'all probably know Tay Jones, some shit.
I'm gonna
He
jump
invited
back
y'all
in
to
the chat,
camp,
Art. I'm
all
gonna jump
that.
back in the chart. All right.
And Dongu was never the same, bro. But you know, the reason why I don't count Norman out is because Norman is a strong, athletic Black American fighter. You know, he's been in a situation where people doubted him in that Centillion fight. And you know, he overcame, he showed the world that he's ready. So salute to him. I just think that you can't really compare a Centillion and a motherfucking Jinkasaki or Randall to Devin Haney because the money aspect, because this nigga Devin got chains and all this shit. Nah, not because this nigga cooler or whatever, some lame shit you niggas thinking it. No, I'm basing that shit off skills, accolades, resume, where niggas at in their position and in their career. This guy Brim says, well, Brian Norman has the mental. Now, how does Brian Norman have the mental advantage over Dev when Dev is the guy right now where everybody's doubting Dev, but he's in a position where it's like, nigga, I'm fighting somebody who's green as shit. And this is the fight that when I beat this nigga, everybody will say I'm that nigga. Everybody can never doubt me again. They can say whatever, but they can never say question a nigga's status. Nigga solidified in the game after he beats Brian Norman for sure. For sure. He's already Hall of Fame worthy right now. But after he beats Brian Norman, with all you niggas typing and tweeting, oh, I just fear for Devin's chin. Devin's gonna lose this fight. With all this shit being said, bro, you don't think niggas know this shit and knowing like, man, I'm working this 1,000 times harder because I just gotta prove all these dumbass niggas wrong for picking this green ass nigga over me. Like Roy Jones said, niggas must have forgot. Niggas must have forgot how skilled Devin was. Is. Not even was, because in the last fight, he showed you that he is levels above Ramirez. Every time the niggas, bro, the only flaw these niggas can say is, well, he didn't throw more punches. Well, are you saying this nigga throws more punches, he's gonna be the perfect fighter? Is that what you're telling me? Because after he goes in here and land those punches that y'all was begging, niggas is begging for Devin Haney to throw more punches. Watch him throw them more punches on your man Brian Norman and make an example out of that nigga. Man, I don't want to see black men struggling. So hopefully Top Rank don't put that nigga on the shelf after. But they already talking about they took the rematch clause away. Ain't no rematch clause, nigga. They already think about some bullshit, bro. Hey man, best luck to Norman, man. Good luck. But I ain't betting my money on luck, nigga. I'm betting my money on skill. You feel me? Not like Brim and them betting money on because a nigga invite him to the camp. I don't give a fuck if a Devin invite me to the camp or none of that weird shit, nigga. We talking about skills here. This is boxing. This ain't called the knockout game. Boy, with Dev beat Norman, I just want to hear what's next. I really just want to hear what's next. I want to hear how niggas say Dev was really this really a cherry pick because Dev was levels above this nigga. I ain't know Brian Norman footwork was that trash. I know these niggas is some fucking Devin Haney haters because this nigga name, according to boxing, bro, he's posting old footage of Brian Norman shadow boxing. And niggas is like, they looking at this shit like it's new shit. Like, oh my God, this nigga's a beast. You niggas was not saying that shit months before, bro. You niggas was saying, oh my God, he's gonna get washed by niggas like Boots. He's a ducker. He can't fight for real. Now all of a sudden, this nigga is 89 Mike Tyson. All right, man. All right, man. Whatever. But I can't wait for this fight though. I can't wait because Brian Norman can prove me wrong. He can prove me wrong. He can go over there and win. I'm not a fucking boxing expert. I keep on telling you niggas, but I just highly doubt it because even Jin Kasaki was able to catch his ass with some crazy shit. Jin Kasaki, he threw bad. Go back. I want to see. I think it was like the second round, either the second or the third round. Jin Kasaki, right? He came in the inside. He didn't keep his hands up. And Brian Norman's looking right at him with his hands down too. Brian Norman be keeping his hands down too. I hope niggas know that. And he's just standing right straight up. And motherfucking Jin Kasaki looked at him and he said, threw a short like overhand left in the inside, and it popped Brian Norman right in the center of his face. Brian Norman turned over and Jin Kasaki threw another fucking same left hook, like just basic shit, basic wild shit. Threw another left hook and that shit fucking caught fucking Brian Norman again going out. And I said, like, nigga, you're lucky this nigga ain't got no fucking pop for real. You lucky this nigga ain't got no pop. You lucky this nigga ain't skilled. Because, bro, if you're able to get tagged like that, fighting somebody who's more precise, somebody who's been doing this shit for a minute, who already sparred niggas like you several times and fought, and niggas talking about, oh, this is the first time Devin Haney's ever fought, or nigga, bro, this nigga was sparring niggas like Tank. Like, what are you talking about? Bro, this nigga was holding his own against niggas like Tank at 16, bro, in the doghouse. These niggas acting like this nigga some bitch ass nigga. They acting like they're like Dev is them or something. They're projecting because this is how they will play it out if they got fucking cheated by a fucking racist motherfucking like nigga like Ryan Garcia. They'll be on some bitch coward shit. They'll be on some soft shit. Oh, I don't want to fight no more. I'm scared. I have PTSD. That's the type of shit they'll be on. You can't project that shit on that brother. Keep your keep your feelings and emotions to yourself. This nigga would not be fighting Brian Norman if he had PTSD. But anyways, back to the fucking fight game. This nigga Brian Norman, right? The defense is suspect. It's super suspect. And his chin is suspect to me. His chin is suspect to me. His chin is his defense and his chin is suspect to me. Because I done seen this nigga get hurt with some just basic shit. Basic shit. Straight right, just down the pipe. That punch is bro. I can pull up like 3-4 fights of Brian Norman with that straight right hand. It's just the money. But his opponents just don't, they never follow up with it. Like Randall, niggas get mad. This is what I'm talking about. Why do Brian Norman fans get mad when I bring up Brian Norman's fights? It's not like I'm bringing up a fight where he fought somebody on performance enhancing drugs and it was a no contest. No, I'm bringing up a fight where he fought somebody who knows how to throw a jab, who knows how to, have some type of footwork, who realized that, I'm not just going to sit in the middle for this nigga to wail on me. So I watched the Randall fight, man. Randall's just popping this nigga with a jab straight, man. It's there. The jab straight is there. It's the money. But Brian Norman in this fight, I bet he's going to try to come on some, oh, I'm going to try to be a counter puncher shit. He's going to try to counter punch his way into getting counter punched. I can't wait. Said Dorman, it's a hell of a fight. If you get hit with a lot of dust, so that's what makes him exciting. Yeah, that's what makes him exciting. But you know what also makes it exciting? When his opponent sits there for him to hit him back. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised if Dev's gonna have like one of those performances where niggas don't like it. I mean, you don't gotta like it, but you don't have to respect it. You know what I mean? You don't gotta like it, but you gonna have to respect it, Norman fans. I know y'all don't like niggas going all 12 rounds. I know y'all don't like that shit. But you just gonna have to respect it, Norman fans. And say shout out to DHP. Niggas gonna say shout out to DHP. Nah, I can't put it past these fans because last time Dev put on a flawless victory while moving up in weight. I mean, he has a history of moving up in weight and beating a power puncher, but niggas say never mind that. But the last time he did that, niggas said, nah, fuck that. Blame the snack. Blame the supplements. He's pillow fisted, he's chinny, he's really mid, and he ain't special. But blame snack. Snack made him mid. Like, y'all whole narratives don't even be making no sense. How he a mid non-special fighter, but y'all talking about blame snack. So you saying this nigga is so trash that snack just made him mediocre? Normal at best? These niggas just be slick hated. And then when I say, well, you niggas is haters, they be like, oh, Art man, you just a mega fan. No, nigga, you're just a mega hater. How do you not say somebody who is the youngest undisputed, the last person that was undisputed before him was Sweet Pea Whitaker? How you gonna say this nigga's not special? It ain't special. It ain't special like they favorite fighter can do it. Nigga, they favorite fighter right now talking about some, I'm just doing what's best for me. Fighting fucking Jake Paul. I'm in the better head mental space right now. Nigga, I know black man mental health is is very important. So I ain't gonna clown Tank on that. I ain't gonna clown him on that. But I'm just gonna separate their favorite fighter from niggas like Devin Haney. Niggas like Devin Haney's actually trying to get to it. You know what I mean? Legacy wise. That's why niggas be bad. It's not like they favorite fighter can do it bad. Tank fans really hate Dev for real. I know a fucking Tank fan who really hate Dev for real. Like he said it multiple times. He said, I don't give a fuck about the Peds. I just glad to see Devin Haney get his ass kicked. I don't put it past none of these niggas, man. Said Dev is a special. Y'all just saying that shit to sound cool, to sound fucking cool. Oh yeah, I'm a boxing expert, so I'm gonna say Dev is just good. He's just good. He's just good. He's not special. He's just good. Nigga, why your favorite fighter ain't undisputed, nigga? Unless you talk about Crawford, which is in a whole nother fucking league, nigga. Well, anybody can do it against Kambosos. Nigga, Gervonta Davis had every opportunity. Bro, I'm not trying to hear that anybody could just do it. Because not just anybody will sign up for a 2-fight deal to fight in Australia while you're fucking drained. Not anybody would do that. We already seen niggas like Boots, respect to Boots, but he said, fuck that, I'm drained. I ain't finna fight nobody at 147 no more. Dev said, you know what, to become undisputed, I'm going to sign a contract and hopefully the dates is just fine, no hiccups, no nothing. We going to make it to this fight, drained or not, and we going to win all these fucking belts twice. We going to win the belt and we're going to defend it in the nigga backyard, some type of crazy ass deal, but still nigga make the sacrifice. Your favorite fighter ain't doing that type of shit though. So don't say niggas is just good. Nigga, it takes a special fighter to make a sacrifice like that. And not, bro, niggas want to hate on Devin Haney. Bro, look how this nigga looked like a skeleton in the George Kambosos 2 before that fight. This nigga said, nah, I'm not just gonna stick around at 135 because nigga, I'm not just gonna fight and just skate because niggas is gonna say all I fought was Kambosos. So I'm gonna stay and I'm gonna fight Lomachenko because Lomachenko is considered the best fighter at this weight class. This nigga stayed in the weight class and fought Lomachenko and beat him while drained, while having that fucking crazy fucking boxing picture, that boxing weigh-in picture that niggas still weighing. I mean, they still fucking show today as an example of what niggas look like when they're drained. This nigga stayed after looking like that and fought Lomachenko. So don't just say, oh, niggas is just good. It's just easy. It's just easy. Nigga ain't just easy, nigga. Your favorite fighter ain't doing that. Your favorite fighters can't even make the fucking weight. Nigga, Keyshawn Davis, nigga, he 135 champion. He can become the nigga that's 135. This is what 135 undisputed. This is what the fuck this nigga do. This nigga balloons up in fucking weight and fucking beats up the nigga who beats up his brother, like in the fucking hallway. Like, what type of crazy shit is that? And niggas want to talk about it's so easy. No, nigga, let's talk about shit y'all don't count what makes us a fucking special fighter. You know what counts as making you a special fighter? Nigga, having discipline. Having fucking discipline. This nigga Keyshawn Davis, man, I might as well pass him the blunt, pass him the gas, because he out here smoking the tweeds and the devil's lettuce and shit like that, losing his belt on the fucking scale, eating popcorn high in the fucking bro. How you, bro? This supposed to be your main event. How you in the crowd high eating popcorn, nigga? And niggas want to talk about it. It's so easy to become undisputed at 135. Y'all niggas is failing on the discipline test before y'all even get in the fucking ring, bro. Like, what we talking about? Talk about it's so easy. It's so easy. That's why it's gonna remain Sweet Pea Whitaker and Devin Haney as the undisputed lightweight champions for the next fucking 5 to 10 years, nigga. That's how easy it is. Dumbass niggas. Niggas ain't special. That nigga, that nigga was Keyshawn Davis. This nigga Keyshawn Davis, go watch the film, bro. This nigga's at the fight. First, they gave him a little popcorn. He like, this shit good. Matter of fact, give me the whole fucking bag. He took the whole bag from the little girl. That's how you know a nigga high. I know because I'm a nigga that's high right now. You know what I'm saying? This nigga said, fuck getting the little bit. This nigga took the whole bag of popcorn. Like, discipline has left the chat. Discipline has left the fucking chat because this nigga is, they got the camera on this nigga instead of this nigga like with his arms folded like, man, I'm serious, I'm fucked up, man, I should never did that. This nigga's high eating popcorn. Man, my brother getting his ass kicked. Fuck, I don't like this shit. Now this nigga at the fucking, now he doing Instagram videos and shit. Man, hopefully that man get it together. But this shit is not easy. It's not easy, bro. Salute a real nigga like Dev, bro. It's not easy to do this shit. Shout out to motherfucking to Mason. Mason, he about to fight. What's his name? Sam Noakes, man. And somebody's already predicting that he's gonna lose that fight. And I know that's a little taboo to say because young FBA brother about to fight a fucking UK guy. Of course, you would think that he's about to just wash him. But I can't all the way throw that out because that weight cut. That weight cut is scaring me for Mason. Mason, like, he a big dude. And when you're draining yourself, man, that chin is oof. And I know people like to say only one fighter in boxing is chinny. They try to say Devin Haney is chinny, but hey, we just seen Mason get dropped multiple times in one fight against a nigga that's not on the juice. And I think it's not because of his skills. I think because of that weight cut. I'm gonna just be honest. So it makes me think, what if that Sam Noakes nigga crack him on his chin? Mason's gonna have to get him out early. And I don't think Mason can stay at 135 for long. I think he should get this belt and just move on to 140. If I was Mason, I'll be on a steady path to fight Devin Haney in the future. On some real shit. That's what the fuck I'll be doing. Yo, yo. You said he lost to Ted Cheeseman. Yeah, I ain't saying Sam No's some fucking killer. I ain't saying no shit like that. I'm just saying like when you fight somebody and you're not 100%, there's you can fuck yourself up. You can lose on some goofy shit. You can't blame that shit on you being fucking you can't blame that shit on fucking you being drained. Niggas ain't gonna try to hear it. Niggas ain't not gonna try to hear it. But yeah, I was saying before I got that phone call, I was saying that if I was Mason, I'll be trying to like be on a steady path to fight a nigga like Devin Haney because Devin Haney, he ain't no spring chicken either. Eventually he's gonna become that older fighter now. What how old is Devin? Like what, 25, 26, almost 27 type shit? All Mason gotta do is just keep on staying steady, winning them belts. He can win a belt at 140, become a nigga mandatory at one. What if Devin Haney 147 is Devin Haney's division? Like he becomes the man of that division, like Money Mayweather type shit. Mason, he can get a belt at 140, become Devin's mandatory. That's what the fuck I'll be trying to do. Straight up. One thing about I love about this boxing shit, man, it's always gonna be a new motherfucker. It's never gonna be the same guy. It's never gonna be the same guy. It's always gonna be a new nigga. Oh my bad, y'all. I'm over here trying to get some more ATL Shouty pack. Try to get that delivered to the crib. You know how that goes. But back to that Brian Norman versus Devin Haney talk, man. I can't wait for that fight, dude. Everybody's doubting Devin Haney, man. He even got the ladies doubting him, man. Somebody tagged me. So one of my Art Man Apparel customers, shout out to her. Well, she posted a whole bad. She basically saying like, oh, she's worried for Dev. She feel like Brian Norman is about to put the beats on Dev. Like a lot of people really feel like Brian Norman is about to just beat the shit out of Devin Haney. They think Devin Haney's pussy. And Devin Haney, you got to take that in. He definitely got to hear that. Listen to all that shit, bro. Let that motivate you, bro. That has to motivate you as a fighter, Dev. That has to be motivation right there. If a nigga think that you so pussy and you just gonna fold under pressure and you go in there and you just beat the shit out of this dude to where the point where it's like niggas can't doubt you again, it's like, man, the results are gonna be even greater. The results are going to be great. That's why I don't mind. People think I'm about to just debate and argue with everybody who believes that fucking Brian Norman's going to win. No, I actually like that type of shit. I don't like no easy touches fights for the fighters I like. Shit, I don't see how people think Norman gonna beat the shit out of Dev. Is crazy dude ain't never fallen a level. Dev have his 50-50. He said, he said my mom's. You said you seen your showed your mom that Norman versus Jim fight, and she said that boy slow, no feet. Look, it's crazy that you say that because I was just watching some Norman fights with my girl, uh, my BM. Anyway, she was just chilling, she smoking whatever, just watching fucking Roku or whatever YouTube. And I'm like, man, let me watch some film on this nigga while I'm just chilling. So I'm watching just the Jin Kasaki fight. I'm like, cause she know Dev, she fuck with Dev Haney, cause I've been fucking with Dev for a minute. So she's like, yeah, let me see who Dev fighting or whatever. And I showed her, and she was like, oh yeah, she's fighting this dude. Well, he fighting this dude. Oh yeah, Dev definitely about to beat him, because look at the level of competition that he fighting. This guy's looked like he was made to fucking lose. She was talking about Jin Kasaki. He said he came there to fucking lose, and this guy don't. He's not on the same skill level as Dev. You said he beat. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Niggas think Art Man just hate. Oh, Art Man just hate that nigga. He just a hate ass nigga, bro. This nigga, the level of competition is fucking garbage, bro. I cannot wait. What if Dev make this fight look like a sparring match? Niggas gonna be so mad at Dev. Niggas gonna be super mad at Dev. Oh, Dev made it a boring fight. Like he wasn't even trying to like box for real. He was fighting scary. Brian Norman got bad feet. Brian Norman really ain't fight nobody for real. I just thought that Brian Norman was gonna. Everything that boxing fans tell us that don't matter and what matters, they're just basically going against that shit. These the same boxing fans just last year that was telling us it doesn't matter that Devin Haney lost to fucking that Ryan Garcia was on performance enhancing drugs. It's skills that pay the bills. It's not about power. It's about skills that pay the bills. Dev just didn't have the skills to avoid Ryan's left hook, right? It's just the skills. Now they're saying the complete opposite. Now it's fuck the skills. It's all about the power. It's all about the power. No one man should have all that power. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit niggas is all. Norman got all this fucking power. It's all about power. They said, fuck, damn the skills. Damn the fucking skills. It's all about power. And I just want to know when did niggas make that switch? Did I miss the meeting? Did I miss the meaning of it everything doesn't revolve around power? Because I swore y'all was telling me that when Wilder was doing this thing that it's not about power, it's about skills. That's why Tyson Fury beat him. And now all of a sudden, Norman's the new Wilder, and y'all don't give a fuck about skills. It's all about power. Somebody make it make sense for me. Said who the hell told you that? Call you Cap? Hey man, I hope the betting odds have Norman as a huge favorite. A huge favorite. I'm ready for that. I'm super ready for that. Hold on, I'm about to switch to my fucking iPhone so I can show y'all this footage of Brian Norman because everybody's looking at Brian Norman and saying, "Oh my God, do you see how fast he is? Do you see how strong he is?" They digging Brian Norman. Yep. See, you gotta show it. I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show. We got some time today, man. It's Sunday. I'm in the crib. I've just busted out like three fucking paintings, man. I'm chilling right now. So let's pull up the footage, man. Knocked out about that time. Hey man, B Norman. Knocked out about that time. November 22nd. Saudi Arabia, Riyadh season. The champ is back, marking his territory once again. See y'all boys up there. They go to war with it, baby. Let's go. I cannot wait. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Fans are looking at this and they say, "Oh yeah, he got that smoke for Dev. He got that smoke for Dev. Dev ain't fucking with it. Cause look at that.
They looking at Norman like, yep. Yo, my bad, man. I got just a lot of shit going on right now. People's calling me and some more shit. Hold on, so, yeah, I can't wait for this fight right here though. It's gonna be a good fight. What y'all thinking though? It's some old footage though. This ain't no new footage. This is old footage. I'm not playing the sound because I don't want no copyright strike for the music. But yeah, you see, this is like more realistic punching, jab straight. You know what I'm saying? Leg movement, more clean boxing. This nigga trying to be on this Sean Porter Tasmanian devil ass shit. He trying to jump on a nigga. I can't wait for this shit. Cause that jab gonna reset all this shit. I cannot fucking wait. Yeah, this gonna be a good one for sure. So I hope we can see more boxing out of Haney in this bout. I think Devin Haney's going to box and bang in this fight. I don't think it's going to be like that Ramirez fight. I think it's going to be some Ramirez fight and some like somewhat of like a Sugar Ray Leonard type shit, where he's going to be boxing and then stinging his ass with some combination punches and bunches. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think he's going to be scared to engage with Norman. Not at all. I don't think he's gonna be scared to engage with Norman. And that's with this fight, I really feel like it's gonna trip a lot of people out because they're gonna see Devin Haney. They're gonna see Devin Haney take a risk. Devin Haney's never really been the fighter not to take a risk. Like, if we want to be real, niggas want to talk about, oh, niggas gotta just box on the outside. Nah, we done seen Dev take a risk. We done seen Dev fight niggas in the inside. We done seen Dev fight a puncher close distance. Like that Linares fight. Like, go back and watch that fight. Dev was not just mixing this nigga from the outside. Dev was not just fighting this nigga in the inside. I mean, from the outside. So I think that's one of Dev's flaws. He's on the aggressive guy in heart. It gets him in trouble sometimes. It could get him in trouble, but I've never really seen Dev really scared to make any to take chances really. And people feel like, oh, this Ramirez fight. I don't think we could judge him too much on this Ramirez fight. Have we seen Norman fight on the back foot before? Has has anybody seen Norman fight on the back foot? I haven't. I mean, I've have, but I haven't seen him fight on the back foot good. You know what I mean? If you want to be specific, my bad family. Had to get some shit real quick. He said, I think Norman's gonna have to be willing to take one to give one. Yeah, he. I think he knows he can't go in there and try to outbox Devin. I think he knows that. I think he knows that. that he can't go in there and try to outbox Dev because Dev's gonna cook him if he do. It's just gonna be a slow cooking, easy picking for sure. I think Dev knows he can't just go in there and try to outbox this. I mean, he can't go in there and try to bang it out with him. But I feel like Dev will take risk in this fight. I think people are sleeping on Dev's like willing to engage. I feel like they're judging him too much off that fight with what's his name with Ramirez. They're looking at it like, oh, this guy's just pussy. He's not trying to throw. He's not trying to engage. Now he's about to fight a killer like Brian Norman. I understand people's argument, but I just feel like you're shooting yourself in the foot if you're not fully analyzing like who Devin Haney is really. Like, really think about it. Like, I know you guys are judging Devin Haney on his worst night, but imagine Devin Haney on his best night, but at a higher weight class. I can't. Hey, next level. I can't play that. Yeah, he's trying to show me if I George Kambosos versus Dev. Yeah, there was a good time, a time where George Kambosos was able to land a right hand. Yeah, it's a fight. Niggas gonna get hit, but it's not like Dev get hit repeatedly with the same shot. Norman gets hit repeatedly with the same shot. Woo, shit. Man. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on, girl. Let me see this shit. My bad, y'all. Damn. Plug came through. Came all the way through. Said Dev the king of the jab and grab. Hey, nigga, jab and grab can win niggas fights. Niggas need to be jabbing and grab. See, that's why I fucking bro Parker. I was watching that Parker fight, and I know he was watching that shit. What he should have did when he was hurt is clinch. Why are you not clinching? And if you're that hurt, why are you not taking a knee? Said boy try to box Jen was still getting hit with some dumb shit. That's what I'm saying. Said second one. He was fighting Drain, nigga. He said, Devin wins. I gotta give dude his credit. Outside of Ryan, this is one of his first fights. I feel like it proved doubters like me wrong. Yeah, Dev win this fight. He proving a lot of people wrong. He said Arbet played with boy Jacob, dropped him, had backpedaling. Nah, Top Rank will try to give you a copyright strike for that shit. They already gave me a warning because I played that shit on the last live. Yeah, my bad. He said next gen be hating. Yeah, next gen be hating like a motherfucker, man. Next gen be hating like a motherfucker. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can pull up some more footage because niggas been getting hyped off the footage, man. Niggas been super hyped off the footage. I can't sit here and lie and say Brian Norman don't look strong. He definitely looks strong and in shape, for sure. He definitely looks strong and in shape. So this is what's gonna make it a good fight. I don't think he's just gonna fold. That dude having fun up in there, man. He ready. BF said he be at the motherfucking sparring, man. He said Dev's putting in that work. That don't look like a nigga with PTSD. That look like a nigga that was having fun in some sparring, man. Having some sparring, having some fun. Look at this shit, man. Finally, this nigga ain't gonna be fighting Drain, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if he hurt Brian Norman. Catch Brian Norman with some sharp shit he don't see.
You never knew the opponents that I have. Okay, you are very, very well known. So after I knock your block off, then what? I mean, look at what's on my shoulder. So I had been to this level before. But let's say you're saying you never knew the opponents that I have. Okay, you are very, very well known. So after I knock your block off, then what? It don't matter what David Haney trying to do. I'm not fighting David Haney. He is fighting me. You feel me? So at the end of the day, this is my show. I'm going to do my thing, and we fighting my fight.
And that's what I feel like he fucked up at.
I mean, look at what's on my shoulder.
Because
So I had been to.
he's talking about Dev's gonna fight his fight. No, I don't think so, nigga. This is what's gonna happen when Brian Norman try to make it his fight. Yeah, let's make it a Brian Norman fight. Rush him in the inside. Hey, I know your man be Norm the Storm be squaring up like a motherfucker. So y'all want Devin Haney to throw them hands right. Let's make it a Brian Norman fight. I'm just saying, man. I don't know. I don't know if B Norman the Storm is ready for what's gonna come through. Said Haney versus Vargas. Devin is on Devin Haney TV. Yeah, see, Dev, he normally used to keep that footage of him training and whatever for his fights, but niggas said fuck that. Man, hold on. He said Devin watched JoJo Diaz. What are you talking about? I, and that's the thing. I don't know. They always bring up that JoJo Diaz fight like that's a bad fight from Dev. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know, man. I don't see how you could say fights like JoJo Diaz versus Dev was a bad fight, and then turn around and say, oh well, Dev versus Borchenka. Norman. We should forget it. He said a miserable. I can never. I know I can never understand no hating ass nigga, man. For real, it's not my DNA to be a hating ass nigga. But I can't wait for this Norman fight because a lot of people are doubting Devin Haney, and like the guy Brim said, he said Devin Haney doesn't have the mentality, or the mental to whatever to fuck with Norman. Like Norman's fucking Terrence Crawford or something. I don't know, man. I can't wait for this fucking fight. I just checked before I posted the comments. It's still there on Devin Haney TV. Had more skills every year so young than Norman had now. I know. So that's what I'm saying. When I go back and watch Dev film, it's like, yeah, this guy. The only thing I noticed though, when I watch Dev film from back then, I'm noticing that okay, this guy is a lot smaller. He was able to do this shit when he was a lot smaller. Will he be able to do it when he's now comfortable? Will he still be comfortable? Able? Will he still be able to do the same thing or even more? And I believe he can. I feel like him fighting at 147, he's not killing himself, so he's definitely gonna be comfortable. I don't think this fight's gonna end in a knockout. I think this fight's gonna go to the decision, and I feel like Norman fans are not gonna like what the judges are gonna say, and I feel like they're gonna blame it on Turkey, and I feel like they're gonna be mad at Dev for styling on Norman. I want to see who Norman look like when he get desperate. He gonna try to go for broke. He gonna try to go for broke. I already know it because once he realized that nigga, you're down on cards, on points. It don't matter if you get a knockdown, nigga. You have to get a for sure bona fide knockout. I feel like that nigga's gonna go for broke. So I want to see how what that looks like. What if Dev parked this nigga, man? That's just gonna be crazy. Imagine Dev stopping Brian Norman Jr. I'm talking about instant pound for pound, top fucking four, pound for pound, if not three. Imagine Dev stops this nigga. TKO stoppage. Brian Norman runs out of gas. Brian Norman doesn't leave the fucking corner. Niggas gonna be on the timeline sick as hell. Niggas gonna be so sick on the timeline. Niggas gonna feel so good. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, boxing fans, whenever they feel goofy, they don't even want to talk about it. Prime example, when everybody bet on Ryan Garcia to beat Rolly, nobody want to talk about when they wrong. Nobody's gonna want to sit here and talk about how they got this prediction wrong. Betting on Norman. Because know why? They're gonna have to sit here and talk to me about it. And I ain't gonna let them forget it. Says senior not mentally. Nah, he gonna chill out. He gonna chill the fuck out. Watch. He gonna be like, well, I gotta thank Bill and Dev, and the good people of Saudi Arabia. We all, we came a long way, from Georgia, but we had to represent, and we came up short tonight. But yeah, yeah, my son, Norman, we gonna go back in the gym. We gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We would love a rematch, if we could get one. But yeah. But, but shout out to Devin. Said Devin's gonna take that Brian Norman Jr. short-lived status via swooping that belt. Devin's definitely leaving that ring with the belt as per usual. Slow fat footed fighters, Norman Jr. signature. And niggas want to get mad at me when I play the only fights that he has with fucking actual guys who can box. People are scared. You know what I've been seeing online? I've been seeing boxing fans complaining about Devin Haney's relationship with Turkey. I've seen and heard boxing fans say shit like, "Oh well, look at how Turkey's promoting Dev because Turkey posted a clip of Devin first. You know how boxers got like a little promo video of them in the gym and they'd be like, "Oh well, November 22nd, watch out for my fight. Me versus Brian Norman Jr. For the WBL belt. So Turkey posted his video of Devin Haney first, and the comment section is just full of a. Oh, look at this. You see niggas already playing favoritism. Brian Norman's the champion. Why is his fight, why is his introduction not first? And then Brian Norman, his little video was dropped like a couple hours later. But niggas was still stuck on, oh, Turkey's cool with Dev. See, Dev is a Muslim and Turkey's a Muslim. So, they got this Muslim connection. They don't eat pork. Brian Norman eats pork. You see, it's going to go all wrong for him. That type of shit, man. Oh. You said a loss to pillow fisted Haney, PTSD Haney, glass chin Haney. Norman going employ. He going this nigga going fucking. I don't know, man. Remember when he might end up like Regis, and niggas get mad when we bring up that Regis fight because Regis was also these niggas ain't street. I'm from the streets. I'm from New Orleans. I'm from the hood. These niggas is soft. This nigga went to private school. This nigga got chains, jewelry on, and mansion. He ain't like that. I'm like that. Nigga, that private school nigga took your ass to private school and ass whipping that was so private. You only you dealt with that shit for that night. You got your ass kicked, nigga. And he was sick after that shit. He was still sick after that shit. Nigga was like, oh yeah, well, Devin Haney, he rehydrated to 157, 80, 30 pounds, nigga. Like, shut the fuck up, nigga. Niggas acting like this nigga turned into fucking Tyson Fury overnight. Devin trashed that nigga. Trashed him. I don't like Boxing Fest because today they'll tell you right now, oh, well, we ain't never picked Regis. Regis is trash. But before then, they picked that nigga Regis to beat Dev. And the same with this Norman fight, dude. But this Norman fight is different. It's a whole different feeling, man. This is bigger than that Regis fight. You know why? Because there's so many comments. There's so many people going against Dev that you can't even deny it now. Like, after this fight, you can't go back on your word. You can't go back on what you said, my nigga. And that goes for me too. Niggas be like, "Oh, Art Man, I'm a clown Art Man when them lose, nigga. You clown me all you want, nigga. That's just part of this game. But don't be surprised if it don't go the way that y'all plan it to go. You know how y'all niggas plan on Dev just folding under pressure and having PTSD, nigga. Let's see if that other nigga fold. What if that nigga fold and have PTSD? The PTSD is what happened the last time he fought a fucking boxer. He was sitting on his fucking ass looking at the stars. I can't wait for this fight, man. Shout out to Brian Norman though. It's clear as day I'm rooting for Devin Haney in this fight. Can't get mad at it. That's what I got my buddy on. You can bet your buddy on Brian Norman Jr. I just think that he a pup. He too green. He said when Dev dropped Regis, he shook his head like, yeah, he nice. Yeah. And then after the fight, what was so funny is how Devin played it out before the fight. He said, Regis, after this fight, you gonna be congratulating me and telling me how much of a good fighter I am. Watch. You gonna be telling me how much of a good fighter I am and this and that. And that's exactly what's happening. Hey, that's exactly what's gonna happen to Norman. These niggas talking all this shit, but after this fight, nigga, after all that, niggas ain't shit. Niggas is bitches, niggas is females, fanboys, and all this shit. After the fight, niggas gonna be congratulating nigga for changing their life, for getting their pops motherfucking box Chevy out the shop. Pops gonna get some new buffs. Pops gonna be fresh as fuck. Regis ain't want to admit Dev was the best opponent he had. He got beat by Cattle, and when he told Cattle he was the best opponent ever he fought, no sir, Dev took you to deep waters. Yeah, like that was shameful as fuck. That was super shameful as fuck, and it made himself look like a fucking goofy. Regis made himself look like a goofy. Like nigga, no, you know this wasn't the toughest opponent that you fought. The toughest opponent that you fought had you fucking missing every punch, nigga. You had the lowest amount of punches landed in a championship fight ever. Fucking with this nigga. And you want to talk about your Catterall fight, nigga, like, oh, I want to salute the white man. The black man didn't give me a tough fight. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Cause niggas gonna be in that's just how it is. Niggas gonna be in disbelief. Niggas gonna be in disbelief when Dev cooked Brian Norman. Same way Regis in disbelief. This nigga Javante and all his fucking fans went on this fucking blame snack narrative. Blame snack. Blame snack. Blame snack. Nigga can't even make up your mind. Is this nigga chinny pillow fisted, or are we talking about snack? Or he on the juice? What is it? Make it make sense. Pops will not come looking. He just gonna work. Got off work, bro. Gonna have all new card. Exactly. He gonna have new card. The Cardi's on. New motherfucking Amiri jeans. Pops gonna have some red bottoms. You know all the shit them Atlanta niggas be wearing. He gonna pull up in a box Chevy, sitting on dubs, Foggiatos. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Pop's gonna be good. He gonna be straight. He gonna be straight. Pop's gonna be straight. But one thing's for sure, no country niggas handing up that belt. I tell you that. He coming off that belt. I tell you that. It was good while it lasted though. He made the city proud. Nigga, Atlanta haven't had a champion like since what? Since Holyfield type shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, got him one. So next gen, how do you score? Yeah, he's next gen. He's gonna send me some Cambosa's film. Yeah, Dev did. You know, in that second fight, Dev was taking it to Cambosa's, and he did get caught, but he didn't get caught with no crazy shit. But he did get caught with some shit for sure, for sure. But this is a fight, niggas gonna get hurt. Said nobody knows, bro, in Atlanta. Dog from the east side. He said nobody know that nigga. Hey man, let them tell it. He 50 and 0 in the streets. He said Bill ain't 50 and 0 in the streets. He 50 and 0. Said Art, you don't play on Sunday. I know. We can do that over here. I'm still waiting on one of my customers to cash at me real quick for this hoodie. I got a long week. Gotta turn up before this long ass work week for sure. So Art, you don't play for sure, for sure. He said in the Ramirez fight, Dev was catching Ramirez with some nasty uppercuts. Man, he caught Ramirez with a crazy left hook. That was pretty fast. Man, you gotta watch the Ramirez fight, but you gotta watch that shit in slow mo. Rewind the footage. Watch that shit in slow mo. Said I'm watching the score. I think Devin won probably one of the better performance behind the Loma fight and the Regis fight. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And a lot of people, you gotta go back and watch the footage after the fight. George Kambosos will tell you right now. He said, "Man, I'm not gonna lie. I thought Devin Haney was gonna stop me in that 10th round. I felt like I was about to get stopped, but Dev, he low key eased off the gas on that man. But if Dev would have upped the pressure, he could have stopped Kambosos' ass." And that's a fight where he was fighting drained because we seen the footage of the weigh-in before that fight. He was drained in that fucking fight. So imagine a nigga's on fucking comfortable. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Y'all don't understand. Dev's gonna be comfortable at 147. And he's gonna put the pause on this nigga, Brian Norman. The only thing I fear for Dev in this Brian Norman fight is that I do feel like Brian Norman is the stronger fighter, physically stronger because he's been at this weight class for a little minute. I think next gen, I need you to join the stream, bro. Said next gen trash. Let me guess. He had Kambosos beating Devin Haney in the second fight. I already told you why I can't show the tape. I don't want no damn copyright strike from that shit. Top Rank be on it. Top Rank need every little dollar they can get right now. So they fucking if you post any of their clip, they gonna give you a copyright strike. I want to know why Brian Norman fans are so confident. Somebody needs to come up here as a Brian Norman fan and tell me why they're so confident. Other than fucking his cousin fucking Brim. Because Brim gonna show complete bias. He's literally in the camp with this nigga. Do I expect somebody who they let in the camp to come here and talk crazy about him? They'll never let that nigga back in the camp. Imagine this nigga Brim come on my channel and say, "Oh well, yeah, when I was in the camp, I noticed that Brian Norman has a rib injury, and I think if Dad punches rib up, he might fuck him up." He ain't gonna say that. So I need some other Brian Norman fans to come in here.
What's up,
Yo,
dude?
yo, what's popping,
Nah, man.
bro?
You
Why you
out,
so
bro.
hell bent on me showing this damn Cambosis film?
It's just a case study, bro. Like you think I'm on some? Oh, I just want to be a hater and they ain't getting punched on. Like, no, nigga, look at how Cambosis set up that overhand right. He can get hit with overhand rights too. I've been saying that shit. I actually been saying people keep talking about that left hook, left hook, left hook. He might crack his ass with the right hand, bro. I'm telling you, Brian Norman right hand ain't nothing to play with, bro. That thing for real. Tell you.
And you got all that because he beat up the local social sushi packer.
I'm saying he was cracking that sushi packet upside his head with repeated shots at a high rate. So that means
Why we
that.
seen fights with Brian Norman when he was hitting niggas? I seen the fight. He hit a nigga with like a 30 punch combination. That nigga did not go down at one time.
Do you think Devin Haney can take a 30-punch combination from Devin Haney from Brian Norman Jr.?
Do you think Devin's gonna get hit with a 30 punch combination from Brian Norman?
I don't know.
Brian Norman opponents said his power is overrated. They said niggas' power is overrated. Niggas capping.
I gotta go back and watch that Boca Chica fight because that fight got stopped early, didn't it? Because they hit heads or something. So they didn't even fight that long.
They both had a cut.
I think they had cut from a clash of heads or some shit. They had cut from a clash of heads, dude.
But Brian Norman was able to punch on dude a couple times. And he said, nah, he ain't really hitting that hard.
I'm about to go
Either
watch.
dude got a crazy chin there.
I'm telling you. I mean, you gotta think at the end of the day is bigger men, and that's another point that I be trying to make. Like we keep on talking about Devin Haney's wins, like you're fighting smaller, less physical men at the end of the day. It's a 135 pounder versus 147 pounder, and I get it. Devin Haney's big and strong,
Right.
but
Hold on. I thought the whole narrative was Devin was way too big for these weight class. Now all of a sudden he the
he
small guy.
no, I'm not saying he's a small guy. I'm saying he's been fighting small guys. He's been fighting men who are not big and strong. Like and Devin Haney fans be trying to act like that's not a component to this fight. Like you're fighting a bigger, stronger guy that's faster than those smaller guys that you were fighting. That's more explosive than those smaller guys that you were fighting. Like it's a
But
whole
are
new level.
less skilled than those guys, smaller guys you were fighting.
I mean, I don't think so, but that's just a difference of opinion. I don't think George Cambosos got more skills than Brian Norman Jr. I don't think Regis Prograde got more skills than Brian Norman Jr. They had more accolades,
I
and they
think
fought.
Linares got more skill than Brian Norman Jr. I think JoJo Diaz got more skill than Brian Norman Jr. I think the JoJo Diaz at the time, not this washed up JoJo Diaz that we seeing today.
Bruh, this washed up JoJo Diaz that we see today is the one that Devin Haney fought was the beginning of that. That was his last good
That was
performance.
the beginning of it.
Yeah, I promise
With
you.
automatic when he fought Dev, huh? Yeah, I
Look,
know.
go look at his resume after he fought Devin Haney. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go look at it.
Dev
I'm
washed
gonna go
him.
see how many fights he won and how many fights he lost after he fought Devin Haney. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm telling you, bro. It's a different level. Brian Norman Jr. He got the skills plus the athleticism. It's like
For how long though?
what you mean?
That's what I'm trying to tell
As
niggas. For
long
how long?
and look, I was arguing with a nigga in the comments. Look, I see what you're getting at. I'm about to prove my point. I was arguing with a nigga in the comments. Think about when Brian Norman Jr. fought Giovanni. From the start of that fight, they was going at it. Like in the pocket, throwing bows, throwing hands, going back and forth. That fight
Yeah.
lasted to round 10, and his power carried to round 10 while Giovanni started slowing down because he was getting beat up, and Brian Norman Jr. held that pace and then got the stoppage in the 10th round, proving that his power gonna
You
carry
know
him.
why it was different?
How's it
Because
different?
he wasn't fighting somebody. One, he wasn't fighting somebody that was he's not able to hit. So when you're fighting somebody and you're landing punches,
Hmm.
you're not gonna lose as much breath as a nigga that's throwing punches and missing and getting hit. So y'all can bring that centillion fight up all you want, but this is gonna be a fight where he's gonna be throwing punches and missing. What's
Okay,
gonna happen if he don't land that big shot
okay.
and
This
it's
is
the eighth, ninth, 10th round
all
and
right.
he
Can I
gassed?
can I go? Can I go now?
Go ahead.
All right. So my response to that is we saying that he gonna get tired from not throwing punches. I can make the argument that it's more tiring to throw it at a guy be hitting the whole time. But then also the same way he was throwing at Giovanni and hitting, and also it was a high volume fight. Devin Haney has never fought at that pace before. The pace that Giovanni and Brian Norman Jr. fought for 10 rounds
Lomachenko
straight,
versus Dev wasn't fast paced.
that fight was not that fast paced and as intense. It wasn't as grueling. It wasn't as a physically
It
grueling.
was just niggas who are highly skilled and these two fucking
That's fine,
top ranked
but
workers going at it.
that's fine. Top ranked workers is crazy, but they were getting hit and throwing punches, and it was a high rate fight. So now you taking damage, and you still got to put that output out like that from a bigger, stronger man that's also taking punches. So your conditioning and also your endurance and your what's the word? Your durability has to be at a higher level. That fight that Devin Haney had, and it was a great fight. It was a
That's why
great
I don't
high.
think he's gonna. That's why I don't think Dev's gonna stop him because Brian Norman is still young and athletic and may have a little durability, but it doesn't matter if you got durability and a nigga's tagging you with 1-2s and you can't hit him back.
I don't know. And see, this is what we keep saying too. Okay, I'm not saying that Devin Haney might not be on the back foot. How do we know? Let's say that. Let's
What
say the
does
fight.
Norman look like on the back foot? I don't even know. Let's see
If Devin Haney,
it.
listen to me, Artman. If Devin
Go
Haney,
ahead.
listen, because for you to say that would insinuate that Devin Haney was coming forward, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
you don't think Dev can come forward?
So go
There's
ahead.
never been a
So
fight where
listen
he
to me.
didn't come
So
forward.
listen to me right now. So listen to me right now. If at any moment in this fight, Devin Haney is coming forward, he's gonna get knocked out. This, you know how we was talking about the Ryan Garcia? Yeah, we get he was on drugs, he was on drugs. Okay, regardless of him being on drugs, Devin Haney was coming
And you know why
forward.
you saying that? Because Brian Norman is just the fucking Terminator. He showed y'all all
Nigga,
this because
he's
he
doing
beat
Terminator
motherfuckers.
shit.
Because he's
He's
the
doing
Terminator.
he's doing Terminator shit.
Y'all hear this shit? If he steps up to Brian Norman, he just nigga. What if Brian Norman step up to Devin and get fucking sit on his ass? Don't act
He
like that
might.
shit can't
I'm not
happen.
saying he not. I'm not saying he not.
Right. That's
I'm
what
not.
I'm just looking at it like niggas has got this whole foregone conclusion that Dev is the only nigga that can get hurt in this fight.
But
Like
I will say this.
Brian
I
Norman
don't
not getting hurt is impossible. Like,
and see
bro, no. We
no,
seen you seen him get hurt by niggas, bro. Boy Chicken does not have more knockouts than Devin Haney, bro.
bro. He's
And
fighting bigger
he,
and stronger guys.
and he
When you
sat
fighting
this
in a
nigga on
high
his
weight
ass.
class,
Dev
it's
is a big,
different.
strong guy too. You gonna
Stopping,
see.
no man, stopping 135 pounders is different from
I'm
stopping
trying to tell you,
127
bro.
pounders. And while we on that point, don't you know that Troy Osley got one of the lowest like knockout percentages at his weight class? Troy
So
Osley
what?
is feather fisted at middleweight, so I don't think it's no surprise that Devin Haney brought
You
him
know
up there.
why? Because Troy Isley's not a nigga like Brian Norman. He's not a big
He's
bulky
not a
nigga.
KO puncher.
He's
He's
no,
not
he's
a
not a big bulky nigga fighting at the fucking weight class he's supposed to be at.
oh so
Yeah,
now
now if
so
Brian
my
Norman, if
okay
now
so
Brian Norman was fighting at
oh my god
middleweight,
oh
he'll
my
be a
god
Troy, he'll be a Troy Isley type of nigga. You
oh my
ask me.
god Norman I just called you Norman, my fault. Artman, you just now gave me the Freudian slip.
No,
Now
go
I
ahead.
know. Now I know what y'all's excuse gonna be. Man, Norman Jr. look like a middleweight. He's supposed to be fighting the middleweight. He fight. That's
Nah, that's gonna be even
crazy.
more reason why he lose, nigga. Ain't no
No, that's gonna be
excuses.
y'all's excuse. I found it. You
It's gonna
told
be
me
any more
so.
reason why why he lose this fucking fight. We gonna see.
You told on yourself, bro.
That man, all the muscles, that shit going watch. Fifth round, he gonna be looking at that scorecard, be looking at the clock like, man, how many rounds we got left, Pop? What you say
I
I should
just
do?
feel
Knock
like
him out?
he can't get caught up in following Devin Haney around the ring. If he do that, he might lose for real.
You
But if
you
he,
and I know, this fight depends on what Devin Haney does.
of course, Devin Haney got the keys. He got the. He got the tools to win specific ways, but he has to do that specific thing. If he does anything other than that specific thing, it can get sticky. So that's another thing. Like,
So if we being real, if so, Devin, he like everybody like to say he fucked up fighting Ryan Garcia. What are the odds of him fighting like that again? The way that he altered his career.
I mean,
What are the odds of him doing that again?
I don't think he gonna do that. I don't.
So why are people banking on that? Why are they banking on that? They're looking at that performance and saying, "Well, that's the exact Haney that's going to show up."
I don't think that. I think Haney gonna try. I think he's gonna try to fight on the back foot, but I think that Brian Norman is gonna find ways to urge him into a mid-range fight, and I think that's where the fight gonna start. I think the fight is gonna start from Brian Norman Jr. trying to get him into the mid-range.
I can see
And
Brian Norman fall into the turnbuckle like Ricky Hatton. Rest in peace to him.
what you mean?
Like Floyd. Well, I can see him trying to rush Devin and Dev just check hook him while this nigga's trying to rush in, lunge in, and go straight into the motherfucking ropes or the
Yeah,
turnbuckle.
yeah, he definitely could if he in
That
there.
check hook gonna be the money. Niggas will be like, damn, I ain't even know Brian Norman defense was this shitty.
No, Devin definitely got a good little check hook.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I wouldn't be surprised. And then you ever do Norman fans ever think like, well, maybe we go a little too far with this pillow fister shit because his opponents did say this nigga can punch, and now he's gonna be fighting in a weight class where he's not drained at and he's gonna be comfortable. You ever think that, man, maybe this nigga punches might feel a little love because even Sugar Ray Shane, he said, man, I seen Dale put some hot shit on some niggas in that sparring.
Oh snap!
And he's a known Haney, and he was known to not like Haney or say some critical
You
things
said
about
who
Haney.
now? You said sugar. You said sugar.
Shane Mosley.
You said Shane Mosley. Oh yeah. Shoot, Shane Mosley is probably a rat, bro. You know he cool with Oscar.
I know he is, but he said, damn, nigga. He said he was mad at Dev because he seen Dev put the pause on niggas in fucking sparring, and Dev just boxed it safe with Ramirez.
Oh, that's crazy. What this nigga talking about in chat? He said,
But you know
is
who?
he saying
We
Norman?
got some inside information. Did you hear about the
What?
inside information on Devin?
No, what's that?
They say he beating up niggas in sparring right now. BFTV said he was in the sparring with Devin Haney, and he's beating
But
on
the
niggas
but
who are known to be
but
better fighters than Brian Norman Jr.
but listen, Art man, if he's beating them up, what's he doing? That don't sound good to me because if he's beating them up, that means he's standing there planting his feet and letting his hands go, and he does not
Yeah,
want
he
to.
might sit there and play and let his hands go
He
against
does
Norman
not
ass.
want to do that with no. That's not the way he wins his
Why
fight.
not?
That's not the way.
Like I said, bro. Can Norman get hurt in this fight too, or what, or just Dev?
Norman can get hurt in this fight if he makes like really silly mistakes, but if
Like
Devin
what?
Haney is
All
like
the
trying to
mistakes that
force
he
the
makes,
issue.
like leaving his head on the center when he throws a punch, and we could pull up. Matter of fact, I'm so glad you on. Let's pull up the footage because I want you to see.
But you won't pull up the footage of Jordan Campos clipping.
Because I can't pull up that footage. I'm not pulling
Nigga,
up the
Norman
Randall
beating
or
the fights
whatever.
on Top Rank. They both fight. They don't. Both of those fights were from Top Rank. You trying to come
I'm
on?
not pulling up the Randall fight. I'm about to pull up to just him just training.
No, dude.
Yeah, you think I'm? That's what I'm talking about. Pull up.
I'm just, bro. He definitely, bro. To be honest though, that shit was me. He got. That was like if George Kambosos could punch, that could have been like a punch changing
You
fight,
seen that? You
like a
seen
fight
that?
changing punch.
You
I mean,
seen that post I posted of motherfucking Brian Norman fighting Jin Kasaki. Niggas got mad.
Jin Sasaki can punch, and he's bro. People,
Nigga,
listen,
this
listen,
nigga
listen,
got beat up by somebody that about to beat up fucking Gary Russell. I
bro.
can't wait.
Bro, Hiroka is good. You know what's crazy that you say that.
This nigga,
They say Hiroka is like Devin Haney but with power.
I
That's his
seen
fighting
it. And
style.
not with power, but I seen him.
No, he do got power. That nigga got like
I seen
17
him
knockouts,
fight. He do kind of look like a Asian Devin Haney. I
bro. But
seen
he
it.
can crack, and he's southpaw. He different,
Y'all niggas keep on saying Dev can't crack. Just wait till he put the paws
uh,
on Brian Norman ass.
bro. That dude Hiroka got like a
And you know what's
80%
so
knockout
sad?
rate.
You know, so sad. You would think boxing fans will give Devin Haney for having some type of pop because he went in there and fucking popped Regis Prograis ass, a power puncher. Niggas was picking Regis by knockout. I got the receipt. Don't tell me I'm lying, right? This nigga went in there and dropped his ass, and not only
Bruh,
it wasn't even no just no flash knockdown, and he went in there and continued to hurt him some more in the fight.
you know what's crazy?
So it's like, so
I'm
how
glad
we
you
gonna
said
sit here
that.
and say, oh, this nigga is just pillow fisted? He can't hurt anybody.
I'm glad you said that.
Even Josh Taylor couldn't even do that to fucking Regis.
But guess who was doing that to Regis? Fucking JoJo Diaz. JoJo Diaz was putting Regis in the blender the last
Nigga,
time that he fucking
bro,
fought.
like how many after and the surgeries and some more shit after
Nigga, that was
fighting
two
Dev?
fights later.
Like, what we talking about?
That was two fights after Devin Haney fought him. Regis only fought two times since then. He lost to Jack Catterall, and then he got
And
beat up.
who won that fight?
Huh?
Who won the
Jack
fight?
Catterall.
I'm talking about the Regis versus JoJo fight.
Regis won, but Regis was getting hands put on him, like getting buzzed, getting like legs all over the place, bro. Come on, dude. Devin Haney wasn't even doing that to Regis.
Oh, look
Devin
at
Haney had like a normal, outboxing. Like JoJo Diaz was like bopping Regis shit.
hold on. Let's play
I
the
promise you he was.
let's
He
play the
really might have
footage.
shouldn't have won that fight. Honestly, they might have robbed JoJo for real.
No, the fuck they didn't, nigga.
They
Get the
might have
fuck out
robbed
of
that nigga.
Get the fuck
Telling
out
you.
of here.
Nigga, the same way they robbed Zaria when Zaria beat Regis, but Regis got the decision. They might have robbed JoJo for real.
They ain't rap shit, nigga.
All right, I think I'm playing. I don't know how you defend the Regis. That
Look
nigga
at
is
look at
on
your dog.
trying to defend Devin's win.
Hold on, I don't give a fuck. That nigga's already old news. He just gonna be
Nigga, he
like
was on
he gonna
too,
be in the
but all
same
right,
boat as
nah, I
this
can't
nigga
say
right
that.
here. Look at this. Jab, jab, head down the middle.
Nigga,
Left hand right on the side.
okay, but think about this, Armin. What if he's leaving his head there because he like okay, you see how he's jabbing? You see how he's jabbing right now, but his head is down the middle. What if he's jabbing because he wants you to throw your jab? And he wants you to aim your hand to his head so he can throw his right hand over your jab and hit you with his right hand. What if he's
So
leaving his head there on purpose, basically?
what do you call this right here?
What man?
Is this like
That's footwork. That's head
no?
movement. That's
Is
changing
this the cut?
levels.
This the cutting off the ring right here?
No,
Jumping
that's him.
side to
That's
side
him.
with your head with your
No,
hands down.
you know what that is actually. You know what that is actually. I'm glad you asked that. You know what it is. You know how Devin Haney throws his combinations and gets away and uses his footwork to move laterally. That was him doing that. The same, you know how we say like he don't got no foot movement. That was him throwing his combinations, using head movement, pivoting out, and then sticking his hand. You know how Devin Haney likes to jump back and stick his hands out like he's being cool or something while he's
Bro, you
dodging
can't
punch.
sit here and tell me
Yeah.
that sitting here just like not even look at this. This nigga not moving his head not one time, bro. Hold
All
on.
right, man. Listen to me. You know anyway, right? We all know anyway. We know and love anyway.
Look at this shit. Hold on. Just
Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. Hear
hold on,
me
hold
out.
on. Look.
But hear me out
He
right
ain't
quick.
moving out his head not one time.
Yes, he
Not
is.
one time,
He's
bro.
rocking his head back and forward as we speak. Look, he's
The
leaning
fuck out of here.
forward, leaning back.
All
He's
right,
rocking
man.
his head. It might
All
not
right.
look the best. It might be kind of
All right.
stiff,
Sure,
but
bro.
I'm telling you. Okay, but back to what I was saying. You know we love anyway, right? Did you know that there's some boxers that actually give their face out on a silver platter because they want you to punch at them so they can
This
counter you?
nigga is not anyway. And not
I'm
even just that.
I'm not saying he's
Look,
in a way.
look at
I'm
that
saying he is.
wide ass stance. The power comes from him planting his feet. He
Yeah.
has to plant his feet. Look at this.
Okay, but when you got a
Look at
wide
that.
stance,
Wide ass stance. He has to plant his feet, bro. He is not on, bro. I'm telling you, him trying to chase Devin Haney gonna tire this man out by like the seventh round, and Dev gonna style on this nigga.
all right, bro.
So
I'm
Dev
saying
win by UD. That's gonna be surprising to you. Is that what you telling me?
that's the only way Devin Haney wins this
Dev win
fight.
by UD. That's gonna be surprising to you.
I think that's the only way he wins this fight. So
Is
no,
that gonna
that's
be
gonna be surprising.
surprising to you? Yes or no?
I said that's the only way he wins this fight. So no,
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
surprising
It's not gonna be surprising to you, niggas. So I don't know why
because
niggas
that's
is
the
like, I
only way he
don't
can
know
win this
about
fight.
that.
That's
What
why
you
if he
mean
does
you don't
win,
know about
I
that?
would.
You know about that.
That's why if he does, because when you don't play with your food. This is not the game where you're supposed to play with your food. It's not the game. Tell you it's not because guess what? One punch can change the fight at any moment. The same. Guess what round? Guess what round? George
This
Kambosos cracked him over the head. He cracked him over the head like that in the ninth round.
this gonna
That's a
be your
punch that
man.
can change the fight
This
for
gonna be your
somebody
man
like that.
Brian Norman trying to lunge in,
Oh
thinking
my
Dev
god,
shit, thinking Dev pussy.
Yeah, and I don't know why that nigga not punching his body right now. You see,
Look at
David
that.
Haney. Look, you see them arms stretched out. Yeah, punch the body. Go
No,
ahead,
you
punch the
see how?
body.
No, look at this nigga. You see how square he is and how he just keep his head on the dead center. That's exactly how your man Brian
Norman
Norman
does
gonna
not
get
square
there.
up like that.
You think Brian Norman fast enough to move his head after getting caught up with some punches like this? His best bet is to punch with Dev.
Exactly. I don't think he's gonna have to move his head. I think he's gonna say, you know what? I'm
His
gonna take
best
you more
bet
of this
is
shit
to
off
punch
you.
with Dev, but he's
Yeah.
gonna have to up the pace for sure. He can't rely on trying to be a counter puncher.
I mean, it depends on what Devin Haney doing. Now, if Devin Haney is completely running and not engaging, it's hard to counterpunch that. You know, if a guy's just completely out of range and completely moving around and don't even want you, not even in punching. That's my thing. At least be in punching range. This guy just wants to be outside the punching range the whole fight. Like, how you gonna land your punches if you're not in punching range? He's not in his own punching range half the time. So
Who you saying? Dev not in his punching range?
Devin, no, he's always on the back
So
foot when he
Dev's not
going.
a good at judgment of distance. He don't know how to judge distance well.
He is when he's fighting at mid range and when he plants his feet, but when he's on the back foot, he's not throwing punches. He has to sit down and he has to sit down when he throws his jabs and his punches. That's why I don't think Devin Haney's a runner, but
Exactly.
he's not this moving jabbering guy. Like he, to be honest with you, Devin Haney really has to have his feet planted to punch.
Look at your guy. Every time he throw a punch, he leave his hair right there. Look at that. Them
Bruh, he's
stiff,
working on
them-
technique and
look at
power.
them stiff ass punches, bro.
Bruh.
Now you know y'all working on technique, huh? Look,
All right. I don't know, bro. Like I don't think he would
it's
just
like
sit
he's
there after a
admiring
punch.
his work. Look at this.
Oh god. Oh
Look
well,
at it. Am I tripping?
you might be right.
Look at that. Why? Who throws a hook and just sits there?
Oh. So you think he'd do that in a fight? Just sit there after landing a punch like
Look,
that?
look at that. Look at that man gassing. Look, he can't even talk.
That's what happens when you putting in that work, dude.
Hey, that's what happened when the niggas put in that work, huh?
And
All
when you
right,
put in that
man.
work,
All right, man. Look,
Ortiz,
look.
who is Epic talking about? He says he better than Ortiz.
So now he's working on placement. Okay, okay.
That's what I'm saying,
That's a
bro.
better argument than what you just said.
That's basically what I was saying. Technique, placement, same difference. That's what I would assume, but I can't read his mind.
Yeah, we can't read his mind. That's what I'm saying. I ain't no boxing expert. I could be totally wrong, right? Or I could be totally right.
Yeah. I don't consider myself a boxing expert, but I feel like I'm on my way to being like.
So what's this placement too?
Yeah, like I'm working on
Those
cranking this shit
you're
out. I'm working
with
on
Brian
crank. I'm working
Norman.
on
He
power.
fights.
Listen. I'm working on generating power. That's what Devin Haney should be doing. I'm working on this is
Your
what
your man works on he works on throwing punches like he doesn't expect anything to come back at him.
and shit. Half the time he don't.
That's literally how he fights. Like he doesn't expect anything to come right back at him.
And I'm not saying he don't. He definitely does. That's one of his weaknesses. He does want to sit there and get in firefights and throw his hands, but sometimes that's what an aggressive type of fighter is. Anyway, do that shit. That's what I was saying. Like that's a type of style. Like some people are like, really, I'm gonna get to your ass. Like that's my game plan. Like your game plan is to dance around the ring and jab and out point me. My game plan is I'm about to get to your ass. Like put hands on you. And we gonna see whose game plan is better. You see that power, man. Okay. I don't know what that uppercut was, but he. Let me see some more. Let's put some Devin Haney film on here. Okay, I see the body work,
You know it's gonna be a
but
you
you
know
see how he got his
I'm
feet
gonna tell
up.
you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. You know it's gonna be a problem for him. It's not Devin Haney's power.
Mm.
It's fuck the power. It's not gonna be the power. It's gonna be the jab. The jab is what's gonna fuck your man up the most.
Okay? So you
The
remember
jab
how?
and the speed. The jab and the speed.
So check this out.
The speed. I'm really saying emphasis on the speed. The speed's gonna be too much for him. He gonna be like, all right, damn, I ain't know this nigga's really popping me that fast.
Now watch the analogy I'm about to give out for you. Okay, so let me get my bars off right quick. So you remember when Inouye and Stephen Fulton was gonna fight?
Oh my God,
Let me
these
get the
niggas is
bars
not the
off. Can I get
same,
my bars
man.
off? Can I get my
Shit.
bars off?
Go ahead.
All right. So look, was people not saying, oh, but Stephen Fulton got the better jab? They were saying Stephen Fulton. They were saying anyway
Stephen
can't jab.
Fulton said he took that money, that fight for a check, nigga. He was
Oh my
drained out of
God! Can we
his
talk about the
mind.
fight? Can we talk about the X's and O's?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Can
Like
we
you
talk
acting
about the
like
X's and
these
O's
are the
right
two
quick?
same situations. It's not the
You trying to
same.
take it the money and you trying to take it? Can we talk about the X's and the O's, bro?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So we were saying, oh, anyway, can't jab like Stephen Fulton. Anyway, he just a come forward. He just an aggressive. It's very. There's a lot of parallels in this. I'm telling you. I'm hearing the same thing I heard during that time. Oh, he ain't got the footwork like Stephen Fulton. He can't move like Stephen
Bro,
Fulton.
totally different situation. Your man Norman's not as skilled as fucking
I'm
anyway.
not
Let's
saying
be
he's as
real.
skilled. And,
But
and
but
guess
check this
what?
out.
And guess what?
Your
I
man
can
Brian Norman got
listen to me. Listen to me. I can make the argument that David Haney's not as skilled as Stephen Fulton. I can make that argument.
no the
I
fuck
promise
you
I
can't.
can. I
No the
promise I
fuck you
can.
can't. No
Yes,
the
I
fuck you
can.
can't. No the
Because
fuck you
guess
can't.
what? Because guess what,
But
Arthur?
Pete, I just want you to peep some footage.
Okay.
Your man Norman makes so many mistakes in the inside. I wouldn't be surprised if Dev can catch and shoot some shit like this.
Let me see. What's the film? Okay.
Especially that short uppercut in the inside.
Yeah. He definitely showing some good hand speed and some. But
What?
guess what, Artman? What are we looking at right now? He is sitting down and throwing punches. He's not doing this on the move. He's sitting down in a one spot and throwing these punches.
Your man Norman's gonna try to throw some big ass bomb. Dev's gonna catch that shit and shoot that uppercut and with that left hook right there, and probably sleep that. Probably put that man on his ass. I wouldn't be surprised. And this is him. This is him draining himself down to 135.
Nigga, he is out of camp. That nigga weigh 170 pounds right now.
Get the fuck out of here.
Ah, look at his stomach. Look at his chest. Look how big he
Get
is.
the fuck out of
Look
here.
how big he is. And then looking like boots. Looking like boots.
Yeah, looking like Boots now. He about to put the boots on your fucking dude, Brian Norman, doing all this
Nah, he
incline.
definitely he
Look at
definitely
this
looking
shit.
swole. He definitely looking swole. I'm not
Your
gonna.
man,
I ain't gonna
I'm trying to
cap.
tell you, your man Norman don't got the fucking lungs for this shit, dear. He don't got the lungs for this shit.
No man.
He don't got the lungs for this. He ain't got the lungs for a 12 round fight. Your man thinking working out at his pop sweaty ass gym in Georgia, eat fucking Waffle House on the weekends, gonna get him right for fucking Dev. We gonna see.
Bro. Definitely gonna see, bro. I think Norman built like that
You
though.
talking about working on that power? He working on that throwing that straight right down the pipe.
No, he need a punch to work on his power. That shit ain't
Look,
doing that, bro. He need a punch. He need to put his hands on the bag, bro.
look at that. That straight right hand gonna fucking put Norman on his ass.
Hold up. Come on, let him
The dude, Board Chicken, he didn't even. I swear, he didn't even sit on that right hand as much, bro. I swear, he just shot that shit, bro. And Norman,
Hold on,
this
hold on,
will
hold on.
fuck Norman up. This will fuck. And I was just breaking this down. Hear me out, next gen. Your man Norman does a lot of lunging, right? And I say, you know what's gonna fuck him up? Him lunging into a straight jab or a straight right. That's what's gonna fuck him up, and that's what fucked him up in that Boncheca fight with his wide ass stance. He ran right. He tried to pounce on that nigga, and Boncheca looked him dead in his eye and threw that right hand right down the middle. Sat that nigga up. He lucky that that fucking bell rang. He definitely lucky that bell rang. No more draining yourself. No more draining. When this nigga become a switch hitter? You notice y'all hear the sound of the bag when he's trying to punch on the move? It don't got that hard ass thump of him just planting his feet. He ain't gonna be able to fuck with Deb trying to chase this nigga around the ring, bro. I'm trying to tell you niggas right now. Head right down the middle. He ain't moving shit. Notice he ain't moving his head now. Nothing, bro. It's like I said, with Norman, it's like he's so used to just going forward. He's not used to a nigga throwing some shit back at him. It's all offense. All offense. All offense. That's straight right. That shit got. And niggas talking about he don't got no punching power. All right, man. All right, niggas claim niggas just don't have no power at all. He can't hurt you. There's no way he can hurt you. Norman can think that if he want.
We officially 1 month out from the fight with me and Brian Norman for the WBO championship in Saudi Arabia. Live for y'all season. You guys don't want to miss it. Good fight. Be there. No green. Tune in. Live. Go to work.
Yeah, he really looks like a welterweight now. He definitely looks like a welterweight now. That's what I'm trying to tell my brother next gen. Niggas like, oh, Devin Haney, he just gonna have PTSD. He's scared of everything. He's scared of his own shadow when he goes out at night. If he sees his shadow, he's gonna jump into a panic mode. Look, B Norman, a big dude, got the cut, but man, looked like he already on fucking weight. See at the Hennessy. Okay, let me oh shit, hold on.
If your heels touch the ground, we starting over. Ah, there you go. Work. 5,
That man gonna be on his toes all fucking night, dog.
2, and time. If your heels touch the ground, we starting over. Ah, there you go. Work. 5, 4, 3, 2, and time.
See, he's athletic, but that stands so damn fucking wide. Like, look at them. Look at the feet placement. Yeah, we just gonna sit here and watch this film. Like, hold on. I'm just sitting back. I'm just sitting back, really just watching this shit. Like, niggas really got damn fucked up looking at this shit close, bro. But the only thing is, I can say Brian Norman, he's athletic. He's athletic and strong, but his technique is hella flawed. Dev got to take advantage of that shit. Dev got to take advantage of that shit. But this the footage that got everybody hyped. This the one that got everybody hyped right here. Nigga, what fight has this nigga had that translate to this? I ain't never see this nigga fight like this in the fight. What? Since when? But Dev keeping this shit, he keeping this shit real close lip for the training. He ain't doing too much. But everybody's talking about this video, how Brian Norman was jump roping. He sure can jump rope. But I like this though. It lets me know that he's taking Devin seriously though. I can respect this. What was that with that fucking leg? Nigga did the crisscross applesauce. What the fuck was that, man? Zab Judah giving game to Devin. Hell yeah, I love seeing shit like this though, man. A lot of niggas. Let me put it in perspective, man. A lot of niggas box, but this nigga Dev was born to do this shit, man. For real. The fact that his motherfucking godfather is Zab Judah. This man's trainer, teacher was Floyd Mayweather Sr. This nigga got game from Floyd Mayweather Jr. And these niggas is looking at this nigga like, what makes this nigga special? Why he's special? How is he special? All right, man. Like everybody's just doing this shit. Like this is common. Everybody got a story like this, a storyline like this. And I'm not saying that Brian Norman ain't special in his own way. He definitely could be. You know what I'm saying? But this nigga sleeping on this kid. They acting like he's just some nigga that just woke up and started boxing. He said exactly. That's what I'd be like. What do you mean? What makes this nigga? This nigga was trained how to box for Floyd Mayweather Sr. What you mean? Oh, he ain't special. You know why he ain't special? Because he lost a fight against a nigga on performance enhancing drugs. That's why. Hating ass niggas. That's what they really feel like. They really want to see the nigga down and out. That's what it's all about. They want to see him humbled. That's what it's all about. They want to see him humbled. They didn't like that. I never lose to a white boy comment. That shit rubbed them the wrong way. I get it. I understand. They don't like he made Tank look like a punk because he was in his division and collected every belt while Tank was fighting Rollies of the fucking world and Pitbull Cruises. So the first video of Brian Norman studying the moves from Devin Loma, you played it with him in the blue was a year prior to learning this would be the fighting Dev. He studied Dev for moves in his a couple fights. Yeah, because Dev, you got to think about it. Dev is somebody that, regardless of these haters, they try to say he ain't shit. He just woke up with a champ with a belt. Regardless of what they say, these niggas understand it. They see it like, man, this nigga, how do I get like that? Dev and Father's doing good in and out the ring. In and out the ring. Popping with the achievements and all that shit. And then handling business on the business point outside of the ring. So yeah, niggas don't. I don't know. Niggas don't understand, man. They think this is just some regular shit. I can't wait. November 22nd. We're gonna keep this countdown going. We 1 month out. Turkey need to drop some more footage. I want to hear this round table debate between these niggas. I want to see that shit. See what the fuck niggas is talking about. Anyways, artmanapparel.com, best boxing merch in the game.